We are down to that last call for registration. Last call. Get yourself signed up. If you're not making your way over to the registration window, you're not going to make it. Make sure you're signed up for today's opens. Cash money opens. Cash in on first, second, third place. Ameriprise full tilt. You guys have today's parade lap, so you should be making your way on up to the back of the hill. Registration is closed. Registration is closed. We'll get our track all cleared off here. Get our parade lap riders out to that first obstacle. Once again, Ameriprise Full Tilt riders, the winners of our last Fire and Ice. You guys have today's parade lap. You should be at the back of the hill. Looks like we finally got Ameriprise Full Tilt all on the same page. They're up there for our parade lap. Now is the time we pay tribute to all the men and women of our armed services, both past and present. If everyone could please rise, remove your ball caps, and face the flag proudly flying at the south end of the arena over all our events here at Rum River BMX. Here's today's parade lap and your national anthem. Looks like our track's all cleared off. We'll go ahead and open up third and fourth straight to our balance bike warm-ups.
Taya Addie and Kendall, please come to registration. Taya, Addie, and Kendall.
Motos are posted. Check those out at rumriverbmx.com. Click on the green live motos button in the top right corner. If you got any corrections, you got to get up to registration. Make sure your plate number is correct. Class, cruiser, everything is there. If you got any corrections, you got to get up to registration. Kicking off Fire and Ice on a Saturday with our 4-year-old balance bikes. Two little tykes strong in this one. We got Anderson and Mellinson. Anderson striding it out for mom and dad. Mellinson for Pack BMX. Working their way around that Santa's corner back down that last straight. Looks like Pack BMX colors maybe on that top spot. That's going to be Mellinson leading the charge back down that last straight. Anderson sitting on that 2 spot. Every round counts in total points. Mellinson going to get that low score in round number 1. Anderson bringing it on home, going to get that 2 spot. Three-year-old balance bikes on the track. Everything is total points for our balance bikes today. We got more Sabalo, Callahan, and Mersch in this one. Ripping in and out of Santa's corner, back down that last straight single file style. Looks like that's going to be the 380. That's going to be Moore sitting on that top spot, working their way back down that last straight. The 462 ride, Sabalo Callahan sitting on that 2. Up across the table they go. Moore going to get that low score in round number 1. Sabalo Callahan going to get that 2 spot. Mersch bringing it on home for dad, going to pick up that 3. 1- and 2-year-old balance bikes on the track. All 2-year-olds today. We got Mellinson, Moore, and Flem working their way into Santa's corner, working it out. Single file. Mellinson working her way into that last corner. Need a little bribery in the first round as they work. 2 of them working their way back down that last straight. Side-by-side action. That's going to be Moore and Flem working their way down. That's a 276. Moore trying to hold on to that top spot. Moore going to bring it on home, picking up that low score. Flem going to pick up that 2 spot. Mellinson bringing her way out of Santa's corner. Back down that last straight, working them big obstacles. The big scary dude in green, side by side, trying to race her down. See who's got the biggest stride in this one. Definitely not our volunteer, I'll tell you that. Losing the bars, losing the bike. Says, get away from me, dude. I got this. I don't need you. Mellinson back up on the wheels, trying to get up that double. Says, you got nothing in your hand, Dad. I'm not doing it. Hold a pacifier. I got this all day long. Mom ain't got the pacifier. Dad ain't got the pacifier. We got no bribery today. This is terrible. Mellinson bringing it on home. Go pick up that 3 spot. Back up to the top of the hill. 4-year-old balance bikes back on the track. Anderson and Mellinson working their way in and out of Santa's corner. That's going to be Mellinson sitting on that top spot trying to show her sister how it's done as they bring it on back down that last straight. Anderson riding it out for mom and dad on that 2 spot, bringing it up across that double. Working their way on home. It's all Pack BMX colors in this one. Mellinson going to lock in that low score in round number 2. Anderson bringing it on home. Going to get that 2 spot. Three-year-old balance bikes back out there again. We got more Sabalo, Callahan, and Mersch working their way on in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. Looks like that's going to be Moore sitting on that top spot right now as they bring it on home. Sabalo Callahan sitting on that 2 spot. Mersch striding it out for dad, sitting on that 3 as they bring it on up across that table, keeping it tight. Sabalo Callahan making a run at it, but can't quite get there, so Moore going to hold on for that 1. Sabalo Callahan getting that 2. Mersch bringing it on home, going to get that 3. Two-year-old balance bikes back on the track. Mellinson, Moore, and Flem Melanson is not having it today out of the gate, working her way on in, but that's going to be more leading them in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. Flem riding it out for Stephanie Flem as they bring it on back down. 1 and 2 more and Flem. Melanson up and into Santa's corner, working their way back down that last straight. It's all more right now. He's looking to pick up that skinny digit in round number 2. He's going to get it. Flem bringing it on home. Gonna pick up, working across that table. Flem gonna get that 2 spot, and Melanson still working her way down that last straight, getting a little assistance from the volunteer. I have just been notified there has been a repost, so double check those motos, see if anything has changed. There has been a repost. Melanson bringing it up across the table, no help this time, but a big wave. All excited. I don't know who's more excited, Mom, Dad, or little Nora, but Nora going to get that 3. 4-year-old balance bikes back on the track. Main event, we got a 2-4 total points race. Melanson sitting on 2, Anderson sitting on 4. Working their way in and out of that last corner. Melanson sitting on that top spot. Anderson on that 2, trying to close it up, bringing it up side by side, but dropping back. It's all Melanson right now. Once again, there has been a repost, so double check those motos. Melanson going to bring it on home for the 1 in the overall 1. Anderson bringing it up across that table, going to get your 2 in your overall 2. 3-year-old balance bike main event. This is a 2-4-6 total points race. We got Moore sitting on 2, Savallo Callahan sitting on 4, Mersch sitting on 6. Working their way in and out of that last corner. 1, 2, and 3 in the order they're working it out. That's Moore on that top spot. Savallo Callahan sitting on that 2. Mersch sitting on that 3. Single file style up across that double and the table. It's all Moore. Going to finish out a perfect day of laps with the 1 in the overall 1. Savallo Callahan going to get that 2 in the overall 2. Mersch bringing it on home for Dad. Going to round out your podium on that 3 in the overall 3. Main event time for our 2-year-old balance bikes. We got Melanson, Moore, and Flem. Another 2-4-6 total points race. Got Moore sitting on 2, Flem sitting on 4, Melanson sitting on 6. Working their way in and out. That's Moore on that top spot. Flem sitting on that 2. Melanson getting some assistance, trying to get the last lap under her belt as they work their way on around. It's all Moore in this one. Moore trying to finish out a perfect day as he brings it up across the table. Moore going to get the 1 in the overall 1 today. Flem bringing it on home for Stephanie Flem. Going to pick up that 2 in the overall 2. And Melanson out there somewhere with no highway bribery today. Working it out with the volunteer. Up across the table, going to get a little assistance from Dad. The volunteer can't keep up. Obviously, she's got a little bit more stride in her step. Down to the table she comes. Stalling out one more time. Nothing but excitement out of Nora. She brings it on home. Melanson going to round out your podium on that 3 in the overall 3. That's going to do it for our balance bike action on our second day of the 12 days of Christmas. The money opens day. Riders, go ahead and listen up. This will be your riders meeting. BMX racing action getting set to go down. Kicking it off with the 12 and under junior girl dash. Total points to a main event for these gals. We got Biggie Chamberlain, Oren Reichel, Assassinator Larson, and the Queen Bee Boffman. We did have a little flannel and a sippy cup or some sort of juice left down in the infield for Striders. So if you're missing that, that's down by the finish line. Go check it out. That's going to be the Assassinator Larson sitting on that top spot. Biggie Chamberlain sitting on that 2. Oren sitting on that 3. Working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's all Larson in this one. She's going to bring it on home crossing first. Chamberlain crossing second. Oren followed up by Reichel. Second rack of our junior girls on the track. We got a birthday in this moto. We got Lanigan, Ducky Farley, the birthday girl, Ray, and Cordell working their way in and out of that first corner, back down that second straight. That's going to be the 15 ride. That's Lanigan sitting on that top spot. We got Miss Ray for Level Up sitting on that 2. Cordell for Crank Lab on that 3. The birthday girl, Ducky Farley for Factory Carbone Cartel sitting on that 4 spot, keeping it single file as they bring it back down that last straight. It's going to go Lanigan, Miss Ray, Cordell, and Farley. Ladies dash on the track, full rack of these riders. Third round will be their main event. We got Henry Garsky, Smiley Sokol, Chaotic Kendall Leland, the Dozer Bros, and Lil JT Towson, Boker, and Lil Red McCauley. Side by side on those top 2, we got Boker, Chaotic Kendall, Smiley Stokel making it around in corner number 2, moving up on Henry as they work their way in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Boker right now. Elin holding on to that 2. It's going to go Boker, Elin, Stokel, Henry. Season Senoritas on the track. Apparently we lost a rider. Give her a big round of applause as Garsky finishes it out on the tires. The Snowman, Frosty covering it up out of corner number 1. Didn't even see it. Season Senoritas, we got the Red Thunder, Bleasy, Kim Possible, Farley, Chatty, Kathy, Lee, and Engberg. That's going to be Kim Possible sitting on that top spot, leading them down that third straight. That's going to be Engberg sitting on that 2. Chatty, Kathy on that 3. Red Thunder sitting on that 4 spot as they bring it on back home. It's going to go Kim Possible crossing first. Engberg bringing it on home for that 2. Chatty, Kathy trying to hold on. She's going to get that 3. Red Thunder going to get that 4. Junior dogs on the track, 23 riders in this group today. They got to run 3 rounds and a semi-main event to get to the fastest 8. We got Dilly Bar, Tilke, Savalo Callahan, Colque, Slingshot, Stopkin, Albers. That's a 33 ride. That's Savalo Callahan sitting on that top spot. We got the Chrome Dome, Slingshot sitting on that 2. Dilly Bar sitting on that 3 spot, working their way in and out of Santa's corner, back down that last straight. Single file style, trying to sort it out. But it's going to go Savalo Callahan, Stopka, Tilke, and the 10 ride of Colque. Second rack of our junior dogs, 4 racks of them today. We got Mullen, Silent Assassin, Cox, the Warthog, Caulfield, Hertz, Easy E, Escalona, and El Papi Ortiz working their way in and out of corner number 1. Looks like FXR Dance Comp Colors on that top spot, losing one rider. I could hear that through Frosty's arm today. Little crash, the Warthog sitting on that 2 spot, working their way down that third straight, in and out of Santa's corner, bringing it back at you. It's all Hertz in this one. We got Hertz, Caulfield, the 7 ride of Easy E, and the 3 ride of El Papi Ortiz. Crossing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Getting our down rider checked out. Don't forget, money opens, so first, second, third. Getting paid out today. 12 days of Christmas going on. Don't forget, we are closed all of next week. We will be closed all of next week for all those riders going to Grands. Good luck to all our local riders, Minnesota strong, state riders. No line over there. Concessions, go check them out. Chicken bowl on tap today. Better than KFC. Both down riders standing back up. Give them a big round of applause. They got helmets on. You guys can do better than that. These guys are all out here prepping. Some of them prepping for grands. Some of them prepping for Fire and Ice finals, trying to keep their scores strong. They're going to walk it off, but they'll be back to battle it out another day. Back to race in action. Third rack of our junior dogs on the track. We got Roadrunner Anderson, Wildman Vanderheide, Style Check Peterson, Simmons, Mr. Ray Ray, and Nonobu Elvin in this one. Working their way in and out down that second straight. That's an Ag 18 ride. That's going to be the Wildman sitting on that top spot. Style Check sitting on that 2. We got the Roadrunner on that 3. Mr. Ray Ray sitting on that 4 spot, working their way in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's going to come down to the stripe. It's going to go the Wildman, Style Check, the Roadrunner, and Mr. Ray Ray. Fourth and last rack of our junior dogs, round number 1. We got Grambo Burke, the Menace Schroyer, Simmons, Freddie Kazitza, the Monster, Marshall Falkowski, and the Rocket Baron working their way in and out of corner number 1. Looks like Ameriprise Full Tilt Colors leading the charge down that second straight. That's the Monster on that top spot, followed up by the Nag 12. That's Grambo Burke sitting on that 2. Simmons sitting on that 3 spot. Prodigy Colors giving chase on that 4 and 5, working their way back down that last straight. It's a whole lot of candy corn in this one. Falkowski, Burke, Simmons, and Barron. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big dogs on the track. 2 racks of these riders today. We got Bowman, Vance, Swanson, Chasing Gage Hill, Stokel, Taylor, and Welkel working their way in and out of corner number 1. Factory Full Tilt Colors on that top spot. That's going to be Johnny Vance, followed up by the Nag 10 ride. That's going to be Chasing Gage Hill sitting on that 2 spot, taking him single file in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. Don't blink. You're going to get a breeze as they go. It's going to go Vance, Hill, the 22 ride of Welkel, and Bowman. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second rack of our big dogs on the track. We got Conklin, the Demon Larson, Locken, and the Enigma Elliott, Lenners Tyson, and Bushy. It's a family affair in our second rack of big dogs. That's Tyson sitting on that top spot. Leonard's on that 2. Tyson on that 3. Locking and trying to get up into the mix, sitting on that 4 spot. Working their way in and out of that last corner. Back down that last straight. Conklin sitting on that 5. It's going to go Tyson, Leonard's, Tyson, locking in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Senior dogs on the track, working their way around 2 racks. 9 riders in this group today. In and out. Don't forget Cambridge Medical Center, one of our big sponsors. If you need them after our senior dogs on the track, they do stock Icy Hot. I'm telling you, we got McAllister, Bruinger, Fastgram, Zamora, Olson, and Fields in and out of corner number 3, back down that last straight. That's going to be the 13 ride. Bruinger crossing first. McAllister, Olson, Fields. Second rack of our senior dogs on the track. We got Meyer, Pittman, Marky Mark, Beard, and Swagger in this one. Working their way in and out of corner number 1. Looks like Swagger trying to battle it out with Marky Mark with the Black Sheep. Swagger coming up on top in sporting that Nag 14 ride. Marky Mark right on his hip pocket. We got Meyer sitting on that 3. Pittman sitting on that 4. Taking him in and out of Santa's corner. Back down that last straight. It's all Swagger for FXR Dan's Comp. Swagger going to cross first. Beard, Meyer, Pittman. Moto number 16 on the track, 6 and under mixed open. Don't forget, all of our opens, our cash money opens today. First, second, third place, all getting a nice little payout. Taking 3 out of this first rack, we got Canoyer Shives. Probably butchered it, but it is what it is. Not Stopping Beard, Sullivan, Rodell, and Free Tag. That's going to be one of the Rodells sitting on that top spot, working their way back down that third straight. Adrian Phillips, you should be in staging. Adrian Phillips, you should be in staging. That's a 70 ride, bringing it on home. Sophia Rodell, the 748. Shives, and the 178 of Free Tag, all moving on. 7-8 mixed open on the track, taking 2. We got Queen Bee, Boffman, Biggie Chamberlain, Orrin, Canoyer, Shives, Boomerang, Beard, and Conan. Working their way in and out of that last corner. That's Gold Cup 2. That's going to be Biggie Chamberlain for Black Sheep, followed up by Orrin, side by side to the stripe. Both of those moving on, Biggie Chamberlain and Orrin. Second rack, 12 riders in our 7-8 mixed open today, all looking for the nice payout. Taking 2 out of this rack, we got Sullivan, Cordell, McGowan, Electric, Enzo Moss, Lakeberg, and Kelberg. That's McGowan for Bent Rim on that top spot. We got the State 4, the Electric Enzo Moss sitting on that 2 spot, working their way back down that third straight, in and out of Santa's corner. It's all Bent Rim colors in this one. McGowan looking to get a nice little break in round number 2. He's going to get it. And the State 4 ride, Electric Enzo Moss, going to pick up that second transfer. 9-10 mix open. This is going to be a combine. We got 9 riders in this rack. In round number 2, we got Kelberg, Berger, Mackey, Prendota, Heps, and Canoyer Shives working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. That's Fusion Color sitting on that top spot. The Gold Cup 2, Berger, Mackey going to bring it on home. Picking up 1 transfer spot in the 150 ride. Heps going to pick up that second transfer. Second rack of our 9-10 mixed open on the track. We got Ellis, Little Crash, Caulfield, Wolverton, and Reichel. That's the 88 ride. That's going to be Reichel for Fusion sitting on that top spot. The Gold Cup 2, Little Crash, bumping bars, heading in and out of corner number 2, trying to hold on to that second transfer spot as they work their way in and out of that last corner. They're going to keep it side by side back down that last straight. Losing one of them, Little Crash trying to get back on it. But we got Reichel going to get 1 transfer spot. The 197 ride, capitalize on it. That's Wolverton going to pick up that second transfer. 11-12 mixed open out there now. We got Zeke Leighton-Moss, Canoyer Shives, Martin, Zephyr, Ray, Carlson, Dilly Bartelke coming down that third straight. That's going to be Miss Ray sitting on that top spot as they work their way in and out of that full tilt turn. Back down that last straight, Miss Ray going to bring it on home, picking up one transfer spot. Dilly Bar going to get a spot, and the state 4 ride of Zeke Leighton all moving on out of motor number 21. Getting our down rider checked out. Huge shout out to a couple more sponsors. The Cat Rental Store, Ziegler Cat. Big sponsor for us for all of our track rebuilds and Playstead companies. The reason you got something to ride on. They supplied all of our dirt that is on this track. Downrider back up. She's going to walk it off. Parents, please remember, if we do not call you on the track, we need you to stay outside of the ropes. We have a volunteer staff that is medically trained. We will call you out to the track if you are needed. Otherwise, please stay outside of the ropes. Back to racing action. 13-14 mixed open on the track. Motor number 22 taking 2 out of this rack. We got Phillips, Clark, Steffens, Kimmy Evans, and Lil JT Tollefson. Back down the second straight. Lil JT sitting on that top spot right now as they go in and out of corner number 2, the 56 ride. That's going to be Clark sitting on that 2 spot for Crank Lab, working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's going to be Lil JT logging in 1 transfer spot, and Clark locking in that second transfer. 15-16 mixed open out there now, taking 2. We got Henry, Cuss, Mellinson, and Cunningham. That's the L ride. That's going to be Henry sitting on that top spot. We got the 5 ride. That's Cuss sitting on that 2. Mellinson knocking out that door, trying to find his way up into a transfer spot for a nice little break in round number 2. As they bring it back at you down that last straight, it's all Henry. She's going to lock in 1. Cuss holding on, going to pick up that second transfer. Motor number 24 on the track, 7-8 open, total points racing in this one. All 3 of these riders going to get a payout today. We got El Papi Ortiz, Simmons, and Mellinson. Every round counts for these little guys as they rip it on down that third straight. That's going to be El Papi Ortiz sitting on that top spot in and out of that last corner. For Black Widow, we got Embrace Orthodontics colors of Simmons sitting on that 2. Mellinson sitting on that 3. That's how it's going to go down. Ortiz, Simmons, Mellinson. Motor number 25 on the track, taking 3 out of our 9-10 open. We got Smoke, Bleasy, Mullins, Swanson, Easy Escalona, Wildman Vanderheiden, and the Warthog Caulfield. Mullins not going to make it into this round. Hope to see him back in round number 2 as they bring it on back at you. That's Nag 18. That's Wildman Vanderheiden going to pick up 1 spot. The Warthog going to get a spot. And the 4 ride of Escalona. 11-12 open on the track. Total points racing in this one. We got Manuel, Shannon, and Simmons. That's going to be level up colors of Shannon sitting on that top spot, coming in and out of that last corner. Simmons sitting on that 2 spot. Manuel sitting on that 3. It's going to go Shannon, Simmons, Manuel. 15-16 open out there now, taking 2. We got Swanson, Conklin, Bowman, and Bratzel. As Bowman leading him in and out of corner number 2, we got Swanson sitting on that 2 spot. Conklin for S-Squared Minnesota sitting on that 3. Bratzel somewhere out there working on that 4 spot. Back down that last straight, it's going to go Bowman and Swanson both moving on. 15-16 Young Lady Cruiser on the track now. Moto number 28. We got Madzilla Voss, Little Crash Caulfield, and Biggie Chamberlain. Little Crash back on the wheels after her little crash in opens, working their way down that second straight. That's going to be Voss for Fusion sitting on that top spot. We got Biggie Chamberlain sitting on that 2 spot. Lil Crash sitting on that 3, taking them single file in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Madzilla in this one. She's going to lead them on back down that last straight, picking up that low score in round number 1. Biggie Chamberlain going to get that 2 spot. Lil Crash going to get that 3. 3640 Young Lady Cruiser on the track. That's Kim Possible, Farley, Red Thunder, Bleasy, and Engberg. That's Kim Possible leading down that third straight. We got Engberg for the Bandits sitting on that 2 spot. Red Thunder for the Black Sheep sitting on that 3. That's Kim Possible going to bring it down to the stripe, picking up that low score in round number 1. Engberg going to get that 2. Bleasy going to get that 3. 9-year-old Cruiser on the track taking 3. We got Style Check, Peterson, Easy Escalona, Mr. A-Ray, Engberg, Mellinson, and the Silent Assassin Cox. Level Up Colors sitting on that top spot. That's going to be Easy E, followed up by Style Check sitting on that 2. Mr. A-Ray on that orange bike sitting on that 3 spot. It's going to go Escalona and Peterson and Mr. Ray all moving on. Motor number 31 on the track now, 11-year-old Cruiser. We got T-Train, Ha, Freddy Kazitza, and Wildman Vanderheiden working their way in and out of that last corner. Reading the notes on my sheets, all highlighted nice and pretty. That's the 1 ride. That's going to be T-Train picking up that low score. Followed up by the 5 ride of the Wildman. Kazitza going to get that 3. 1720 Cruiser out there now. Another total points race. We got the Atomic Kennedy, Heinrich, and Tater Tot Bolin. Atomic Kennedy sitting on that top spot. We got the 11 ride. That's Tater Tot for Black Widow sitting on that 2. The 374 ride of Heinrich sitting on that 3 spot. Bringing him back down that last straight. It's all Kennedy in this one. He's going to get that skinny digit in round number 1. Tater Tot going to get that 2 spot. Heinrich going to get that 3. 3640 Cruiser on the track now. We got Olson, Big Crash, Caulfield, Mo. That's Mo airing it out, leading him in and out of corner number 2. That's going to be Olson sitting on that 2 spot, tire to tire as they bring it on back down that last straight. Big Crash sitting on that 3 spot. Mo going to hold on for the 1. Olson going to get that 2. Caulfield going to get that 3. Motor number 34 on the track, 5155 Cruiser, another total points race. We got Myers, Zidane, and Fields. FXR Colors sitting on that top spot. That's going to be Zidane, followed up by Meyer for Bent Rim sitting on that 2 spot. Fields for the Bandits sitting on that 3, working their way in and out, back down that last straight. It's all Zidane right now. He's trying to pick up that low score in round number 1. He's going to get it. Meyer going to get that 2 spot. Fields going to get that 3. 5660 Cruiser on the track taking 2. We got Boker, Olson, Olberg, and McVicker. Factory My Jungle Gym Colors leading them in and out of corner number 2. That's going to be Boker sitting on that top spot. We got Olson for BMXStreambikes.com sitting on that 2. Oberg on that 3. Trying to find his way up into a nice little break in round number 1. Boker, you are way too old to be throwing out tricks. But I will give you credit for holding on to it. Boker and Olson both moving on. 5 and under novice on the track. Our little weebles and wobbles are at it again. We got Heinrich, Reichel, Rodell, Sullivan, Escalona, and the Alex Mo Show Mo. Taking 3 out of motor number 36. That's a 154 ride. Sullivan sitting on that top spot. The 236 of Rodell sitting on that 2. Escalona sitting on that 3 spot. Working their way in and out of Santa's corner. Checking on the competition as they go. They're using the whole track, line to line, bringing it on home. Sullivan going to lock in 1 transfer spot. The 236 for Mom and Dad locking in a transfer spot. And the 46 ride of Escalona for Level Up going to lock in that 3rd. 7-year-old novice out there now taking 2. I got Sullivan, Wolverton, Griffith, and Not Stopping Beard. That's a 153 ride. Sullivan sitting on that top spot, taking 2 out of this rack. The 32 ride, Not Stopping Beard, sitting on that 2 spot. Working their way in and out of that last corner. Single file style back down that last straight. It's all Sullivan right now. Sullivan going to lock in 1 transfer spot. 2nd transfer spot still up for grabs as they bring it up across that table. It's going to be the 32 ride, Not Stopping Beard, getting that 2nd transfer. 9-year-old novice now taking 3 out of this rack. We got Mersch, Conan, Ducklet, Ellis, Carlson, and Vadnais. That's Ellis sitting on that top spot right now. We got Ducklet sitting on that 2. Vadnais sitting on that 3. Taking them single file back down to the stripe. Ellis going to lock in 1 transfer spot, the 89 ride. Ducklet bringing it on home, picking up a transfer spot. And we got a side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot up for grabs. It's going to be the 506 ride of Carlson, locking in that 3rd transfer at the line. 11-year-old novice on the track now. Skipping pedals around corner number 2. We got Carlson, Prendota, and Canoyer Shives. That's going to be Prendota skipping pedals, sitting on that top spot right now, working their way back down that last straight. Canoyer Shives sitting on that 2 spot. Prendota going to hold on for that low score. The 749 ride. Shives going to get that 2 spot. Carlson going to get that 3. 12-year-old novice on the track. We got Carol Zakovic, Anderson, Cadwell, Martin, and Canoyer Shives. That's Carol sitting on that top spot right now, leading them back down that last straight. Carol going to lock in 1 transfer spot. The 2nd transfer spot will be the 750 of Canoyer Shives. 14-year-old novice out there now, total points racing in motor number 41. We got Kimmy Evans, Steffens, and Phillips. That's a 791 ride. Phillips sitting on that top spot, followed up by Steffens. Kimmy Evans sitting on that 3. Working their way single file style in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Phillips right now. Phillips bringing it on home, going to lock in that low score. The 880 ride, Steffens holding on for that 2. Kimmy Evans for mom and dad going to get that 3. 26-35 novice out there now, taking 2 out of this one. We got Chatty Cathy, Shives, Wolverton, Cunningham, and Fast Graham some more. That's going to be the Gold Cup 1. Cunningham sitting on that top spot, leading them on back down that last straight. Fast Graham sitting on that 2. Cunningham going to lock in 1 transfer spot. And the 343 ride of Fast Gramps holding on for that 2nd transfer out of motor number 42. Motor number 43 on the track now. 5 and under intermediate, taking 2 out of this rack. We got Peterson, Simmons, Engberg, and Freetag. Factory My Jungle Gym colors leading them in and out of corner number 2. That's going to be Freetag sitting on that top spot. We got a battle going on for that too. Engberg holding on to it right now. Simmons trying to get under in corner number 2. She couldn't quite get there. She's going to try again in Santa's corner. Couldn't quite get there. Engberg slamming the door shut, bringing them on back down that last straight. Freetag going to lock in 1 transfer spot. The 24 ride of Engberg trying to hold on. She's going to get that 2nd transfer out of motor number 43. 44 on the track, 6-year-old intermediate. I got Ducklet, Canoyer, Shives, McGowan, Cunningham, Rodell, Bailey, and Carnahan. We got Bailey sitting on that top spot right now. Rodell sitting on that 2 spot. Carnahan sitting on that 3, working their way in and out of that last corner. Rodell making a run at Bailey. Bailey trying to hold on to it for Fusion as they bring it up across the table. It's going to be Bailey, Rodell, and Carnahan all moving on. 7-year-old intermediate on the track, motor number 45. We got the Queen Bee, Boffman, Kelberg, and Cordell. That's the 81 right. That's going to be Cordell sitting on that top spot. We got the Queen Bee sitting on that 2 spot. The light-up shoes of Kelberg, 1 half working, 1 fully working. Sitting on that 3 spot, working their way in and out. We don't have shiny pants, but we got shiny shoes. But it's all Cordell right now. Cordell going to get that low score. Boffman going to get that 2. Kelberg going to get that 3. 8-year-old intermediate on the track, taking 2 out of this rack. We got all over Ford, Boomerang, Beard, Canoyer, Shives, Electric, Enzo, Moss, and McGowan. That's Fusion Colors sitting on that top spot. That's going to be all over Ford, leading them in and out. But McGowan for Bent Rim going to get under at a corner number 3. They're going to keep it side by side, battle it all the way down that last straight. But we're going to take the top 2, so Ford and McGowan both moving on. Still a good battle, always fun to see. 9-year-old intermediate out there now taking 3 out of this rack. We got Berger, Mackey, Kelberg, Rosinski, Mystery, Acapina, Heps, and Wolverton. That's Berger Mackey for Fusion sitting on that top spot. Mr. E. Acapina for Dingman sitting on that 2 spot. We got Revolution Colors. That's going to be Rosinski on that 3. Berger Mackey getting 1 spot. Mr. E. going to get that 2. 2nd transfer, Rosinski going to get that 3rd transfer. 10-year-old intermediate out there now, total points racing. We got the Animal Solberg, the Flash Fusey, and Birkeland. Taking them single file in and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. That's going to be the 280 ride. Birkeland going to lock in that low score in round number 1. The 294 ride. Fusey going to get that 2 spot. Solberg going to get that 3. 12-year-old intermediate on the track taking 3. We got Zeke Light and Moss, Patnode, Olberg, Zephyr, the Rocket Baron, and Dilly Bartelke. That's the Rocket sitting on that top spot for Prodigy, leading him in and out of that full tilt turn. State 4, Zeke Light and Moss for Crank Lab sitting on that 2. Baron going to get 1 spot. Moss going to get a spot. And the 69 ride, that's going to be Patnode holding on for that 3rd transfer. 14-year-old intermediate taking 2. We got Clark Jensen, Freakin' Jessen, and Bolt Moss, Xander Bolt Moss. That's going to be Clark for Crank Lab sitting on that top spot. Jensen sitting on that 2 spot, working their way back home. It's going to be Clark with 1 transfer, and the 4 ride of Jensen for Bombshell going to pick up that 2nd transfer out of motor number 50. 51 on the track now, 36-40 intermediate. They're getting faster, but they're just as sketchy. Taking 2 out of this rack, I got Austin, Cachao Simmons, Marky Mark, Beard, and Mellinson. Black sheep colors of Marky Mark going to lead him in and out of that full tilt turn. He's got the red 95, Cachao Simmons right on his back tire. They're both going to get transfers, so Beard and Simmons both moving on. Welcome to the girls' clubs. Kicking it off with our 8-year-old young ladies. We got Orn Ducky Farley, Casey Ray Mings, Lakeberg, Biggie Chamberlain, and Shales. The birthday girl in moto number 52. That's going to be Orn on that top spot for factory full tilt, leading him on down that last straight. She's going to lock in 1 transfer. Biggie Chamberlain going to get that 2nd transfer, and the 1 cent Penny Lakeberg going to get that 3rd transfer. The birthday girl, Ducky Farley, couldn't quite get there. She'll run again in round number 2. Taking cupcakes at the finish line. She's up for anything. 11-year-old young ladies out there now. We got Reichel, Ray, and Cordell. That's going to be Miss Ray sitting on that top spot right now for level up. Reichel on that 2, Cordell sitting on that 3. That's how it's going to go. Miss Ray going to get that low score. Reichel going to get that 2, Cordell going to get that 3. 13-year-old young ladies out there taking 2. We got Lanigan, Garski, the Assassinator Larson, Lil JT Tollefson, and the Beast Voss. That's Lil JT leading him in and out of that last corner. We got Garski for Crank Lab sitting on that 2 spot, bringing him single file back down that last straight. Lil JT logging in 1 transfer. Garski gonna get that 2nd transfer out of Moto 54. 55 on the track now, 15-16 young ladies. We got Nealon, Keata, Kendall, Elin, Wolf, Smiley, Stokel, Dozer, Brosson, and Henry. Taking 3 of these young ladies straight on into a main event. Keata, Kendall sitting on that top spot. We got the 262 ride. That's Nealon sitting on that 2. Smiley, Stokel, and Henry battled it out in the dash. They're battling it out once again for a transfer spot, but it's all Keata. Kendall, she's going to get 1 spot. Nealon going to get a spot, and Henry lost 1 rider on that first straight. Give her a big round of applause as she finishes it out on the tires. Back to racing action. 17-20 young ladies on the track taking 2. We got Kim Possible, Farley, Engberg, Shiner, Bolin, Leach, and Cuss. Working their way down that 2nd straight. That's the 13 ride. That's going to be Shiner, Bolin sitting on that top spot. We got the 4 ride. That's Leach sitting on that 2. Cuss sitting on that 3 spot, working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. Taking 2 out of motor number 56. Everybody looking to get a nice little break in round number 2. It's going to go Bolin and Leach, both moving on. Moto number 57 on the track now, 7-year-old expert taking 2 out of this one, losing 2 right out of the gate. One of them back up. Give him a big round of applause. Other down rider getting back up. We got Peterson, Mellinson, the Cowboy Smith, and Simmons. Cowboy and Mellinson both going down. Cowboy right back up. Mellinson back up. You guys can do better than that. They got helmets on. They can't hear that. It's not Sunday. We're on a Fire and Ice race day. Gold Cup 1. Simmons getting 1 transfer spot. And the 50 ride of Peterson getting that 2nd transfer. Moto number 58 on the track, 8-year-old expert total points racing in this one. We got Nelson, El Papi Ortiz, and Nonobu Elvin coming in and out of corner number 1. Looks like Black Widow colors leading them down that 2nd straight, in and out of corner number 2. That's going to be the 3 ride. El Papi Ortiz sitting on that top spot. Fusion colors and Nonobu Elvin sitting on that 2. Nelson for Bombshell sitting on that 3. Bringing them single file style back down that last straight. Ortiz is going to get that low score. Elvin going to get that 2 spot. Nelson going to get that 3. 9-year-old expert on the track. 11 riders in this rack today. Taking 2. We got Mr. A-Ray, Engberg, Swanson, Sabalo, Callahan, Style Check, Peterson, and Kolke. That's the 20 and 33 on those top 2 spots. That's Style Check leading them in and out down that 3rd straight. Sabalo, Callahan sitting on that 2. Working their way in and out of that last corner. Back down that last straight. Looks like it's going to be Style Check locking in 1 spot. Sabalo, Callahan just holding on to that 2nd transfer out of moto number 59. Moto number 60 on the track, 2nd rack of our 9-year-old expert. Taking 2, we got Mullins, Silent Assassin, Cox, Slingshot, Stopka, Easy, Escalona, and the Smoke Bleasy. Working their way down that 3rd straight. Black Widow colors leading them in and out. That's going to be the Silent Assassin, Cox, sitting on that top spot. He's going to lock in 1 transfer in the 7 ride of Escalona. Going to lock in that 2nd transfer spot out of moto number 60. 61 on the track now, 10-year-old expert taking 2 out of this one. We got Warthog Caulfield, Freddie Kazitza, the Savage Brutsman, and the Wildman Vanderheiden. This is our NAG 18, NAG 19 moto, working their way down that 3rd straight. NAG 18 sitting on that top spot right now. That's going to be the Wildman leading them down that last straight. The Warthog sitting on that 2. So Vanderheiden and Caulfield both moving on. 11-year-old expert out there now taking 2 out of this rack. Moto number 62. We got Simmons, Albers, T-Train, Hoff, Grambo, Burke, and Bell Richard. Down that straight they come. That's the 3 ride. That's T-Train sitting on that top spot. We got the NAG 12 ride. Grambo Burke sitting on that 2. Working their way. Simmons trying to find his way up into a transfer spot as they round out that last corner. Back down that last straight. It's all Black Widow in this one. T-Train going to lock in 1 transfer spot. And Burke going to get that 2nd transfer. 12-year-old expert out there now. Moto number 63, taking 3. We got the Monster Marshall Falkowski, the Menace Schroyer, Shannon Hertz, Roadrunner Anderson, and Manuel. That's a 3 ride. That's going to be Hertz sitting on that top spot. We got the Monster sitting on that 2 spot. The Roadrunner sitting on that 3, working their way in and out. We got S squared colors sitting on that 4 spot as they bring it on back down that last straight. Is going to be Hertz, Falkowski, and Anderson all moving on. Moto number 64 on the track now, 13-year-old expert taking 3. We got the Demon Larson, Tyson, Manuel, Low Red, McCauley, Bucky, Bushy, and Swanson. Tyson sitting on that top spot. Swanson sitting on that 2 spot. That's going to be the Demon Larson sitting on that 3, working their way in and out of that last corner. Jockeying for position as they go. It's going to go Tyson, Swanson, and Larson all moving on. 14-year-old expert out there now taking 2. We got Locken and Taylor, Larry Conklin, Shellbach, and Lenners. That's Taylor sitting on that top spot right now. We got Locken sitting on that 2. Lenners sitting on that 3, trying to find his way up into a transfer spot as they bring it back down that last straight. It's going to go Taylor and Lockinen, both moving on. Automotive 65. Second round, you should be making your way back to staging. Second round, back to staging. 15-year-old expert on the track now. Total points racing. We got Cam Nato Ford, Tyson, and Bowman. That's Tyson sitting on that top spot for Ameriprise Full Tilt. In and out of that last corner, we got Cam Nato sitting on that 2, Bowman sitting on that 3. That's how it's going to go. Tyson, Ford, Bowman. Moto number 67 on the track now, 16-year-old expert. I can talk, I promise. It's Saturday. We got Stokel, Miller, and Conklin working their way in and out of that last corner. Level up colors on that top spot. That's going to be Stokel leading them on back down that last straight. Conklin sitting on that 2. It's going to go Stokel, Conklin, Miller. 17-20 expert taking 3. We got the Enigma, Elliott Lawrence, Jason Gage Hill, Rakowski, Welko, Aloha, Drawinik, Boker, and Bowman working their way in and out of that last corner, down that last straight. That's the Nag 10 ride, the 22 ride, both moving on, and Boker moving on up into that 3. So Welko and Hill. 21-25 expert out there now. Total points racing. We got Johnny Vance, Nelson, the Atomic Kennedy. That's Johnny Vance for Factory Full Tilt, leading him in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. He's going to lock in that low score in round number 1. The 10 ride, the Atomic Kennedy, going to get that 2 spot. Nelson going to get that 3. Again, second round. You should be making your way back to staging. 36-40 expert on the track, taking 2 out of this rack. We got Brotzel, Wright, Bruninger, Smith, and Olson. That's a 9:53. Followed up by the 13, so Olsen sitting on that top spot. Bruninger sitting on that 2 spot. Tire to tire as they round out that last corner. Back down that last straight. It's going to be that Olsen and Bruninger both moving on. 51-55 expert out there now. Last rack of round number 1. We got Pittman, Swagger, McAllister, the Eau Claire Nightmare, Miller, and McVicker taking 2 out of this rack. That's a Nag 14. That's Swagger showing his swagger, sitting on that top spot right now. Back down that 3rd straight. McAllister sitting on that 2 spot, working their way in and out. Back down that last straight. It's all Swagger right now. He's going to lock in 1 transfer. The old guy, McAllister, holding on for that 2nd transfer out of moto number 71. Round number 1 in the books. Round number 2, you should be filling the chutes. We'll be right back at you. Double check those bikes. Track officials are finding chainring bolts on the track. Not sure what color. They could be black, they could be silver, they could be red. Who knows? Double check your bikes. Make sure you got all your chainring bolts. Last time I made this announcement, somebody lost a crank arm. Don't do that. Found a Broken Heart BFF, half of a necklace on the track as well. So if you're missing that, that'll be down at the finish line. Finding all kinds of stuff on the track today. You break my heart, Randall. It's okay. Round number 2, locked, loaded, ready to go on our Fire and Ice weekend, Saturday, whatever you want to call it. Gate comes down, junior girl dash on the track. First rack of these riders, 9 in this class today. We got Orn, Biggie Chamberlain, Reichel, Cordell, and the Queen Bee Boffman working their way in and out of corner number 1. Looks like factory full tilt colors battling it out with Biggie Chamberlain. That's Orn sitting on that top spot. Biggie Chamberlain sitting on that 2. Gold Cup 3, Cordell on that 3. Reichel sitting on that 4. Queen Bee sitting on that 5. Working their way in and out of Santa's corner. Back down that last straight. It's all Orn right now. Orn going to bring it on down to the stripe, crossing first. Then it's going to go Biggie Chamberlain, Cordell, Reichel, and Boffman. Second rack of junior girls on the track. We got the birthday girl, Ducky Farley, Lanigan, Miss Ray, and the Assassinator Larson working their way in and out of corner number 1 down that second straight. That's the Pigtails of the Assassinator sitting on that top spot. Working their way around, Lanigan sitting on that 2. Miss Ray for level up sitting on that 3 spot. The birthday girl sitting on that 4. Working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all the Assassinator in this one. She's going to lead them out back down to the stripe. It's going to go Larson, Lanigan, Miss Ray, and the birthday girl. Ladies dash on the track. 8 riders in this rack today. We got Henry, Garski, Smiley, Stokel, Chaotic, Kendall, Leland, Dozer, Brosson, Lil JT, Tollefson, Bolker, and Lil Red McCauley. Big group of them coming out of corner number 1. Bolker sitting on that top spot. Henry on that 2. Smiley, Stokel, Lil JT, Little Red getting up into that 5 spot as they work their way back down that 3rd straight, in and out of the full tilt turn, still jockeying for position as they go down to the stripe. It's going to go Bolker, Henry, Stokel, Tollefson, McCauley. Seasoned senoritas on the track once again. Total points racing for these gals. We got Red Thunder, Bleasy, Kim Possible, Farley, Chatty Cathy, Lee, and Engberg. Chatty Cathy, I can hear her all the way at corner 2 from corner 1, but that's going to be Kim Possible leading them in and out of corner number 2. Engberg on that 2. Bleasy sitting on that 3 spot. Chatty Cathy screaming her way around corner number 2, working their way back down that 3rd straight, in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all Kim Possible right now. She's going to bring them on back down to the stripe, picking up that low score in round number 2. Engberg going to get that 2. Red Thunder going to get that 3. Chatty Cathy going to get that 4. First rack of our junior dogs on the track. These guys got to do a 3rd round and a semi-main event. 23 riders to get down to the fastest 8. We got Grambo, Burke, Simmons, Freddie Kazitsa, Slingshot, Stopka, and Albers That's going to be the neg 12 right. That's going to be Grambo Burke sitting on that top spot. We got Simmons sitting on that 2. Kazitsa sitting on that 3. The Chrome Dome of Slingshot sitting on that 4 spot. Working their way in and out of that last corner. Back down that last straight. It's all Ameriprise full tilt. Burke going to get there first. Simmons, Kazitsa, Stopka, Albers. Second rack of junior dogs on the track. We got Simmons, Nonobu Elvin, the Menace Schroyer, El Papi Ortiz, Mr. Ray Ray, and Easy Escalona. That's going to be Escalona leading him in and out of corner number 2. We got the 148 ride, the Menace Schroyer for Prodigy sitting on that 2 spot. El Papi Ortiz sitting on that 3. Mr. Ray Ray sitting on that 4 spot. In and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. Who's got the gas left in the tank? It's going to go Escalona, Schroyer, Ortiz, Ray. Third rack of our junior dogs on the track. We have the Warthog Caulfield, Silent Assassin, Cox, Wildman Vanderheiden, Style Check, Peterson, Spallo, Callahan, and Roadrunner Anderson. All the nicknames wound up in the third rack in the second round. That's going to be the Roadrunner sitting on that top spot. Warthog sitting on that 2 spot. The Neg 18 ride, that's Wildman Vanderheiden sitting on that 3. Working their way in and out. Style Check sitting on that 4 spot. Back down that last straight. It's all the Roadrunner. Roadrunner crossing first. Caulfield crossing. Yeah, I'm not calling 2, 3, 4. Tire to tire to tire. Good luck. We'll go to the finish line for 2, 3, and 4 on that one. Fourth rack of our junior dogs on the track. Big dogs up next. We got the Rocket Baron, Monster Marshall, Falkowski, Hertz, Mullins, Kolke, and the Dilly Bar Telke. Down the second straight, they come. Hertz sitting on that top spot right now. We got the Monster sitting on that 2 spot. Mullins and Barron battling out bar to bar, side by side. Mullins trying to hold on to that 3 spot. Barron on that 4, trying to get under him out of that full tilt turn. Rubbing tires as they go. It's going to be Hertz bringing it down the line. Falkowski going to get that 2. Mullins bringing it on down, holding on to that 3. Barron going to get that 4. Good racing by all. First rack of our big dogs on the track. We got Vance, the Demon Larson, Bucky Bushy, Bowman, Chasing Gage Hill, Swanson, and Welkel. In and out of corner number 1. That's going to be factory full tilt colors. Johnny Vance sitting on that top spot. The Nag 10 ride. That's going to be Chasing Gage sitting on that 2 spot. Bowman sitting on that 3. Welkel sitting on that 4. Working their way in and out of that last corner. Single file style back down that last straight. It's going to go Vance, Hill, Bowman, and the 22 ride of Welkel. Second rack of our big dogs on the track. We got Tyson, Taylor, Lenners, Conklin, Lockinen, Stokel, Tyson, and Lenners. That's Tyson sitting on that top spot, losing 1, losing 2. We got a whole yard sale in corner number 2. We'll get them picked up, checked out as they work their way in and out of that third corner down that last straight. It's going to be Tyson bringing it down to the line. Stokel, Lenners, Conklin. everybody to take a quick minute and look at our finish line right now. That is what we call sportsmanship in the sport of BMX. The whole Big Dog Dash waited at the finish line for our down riders. It's competition on the track, but what happens off the track is what matters. Hug your kids. Wish them good luck. Tell them they did a good job. Everybody's out here all the time putting it on the line. Huge shout out to our big dogs. Good to see the sportsmanship. Our little guys always look up to you guys. We do appreciate it. Got to catch up on a little bit of paperwork real quick, and then we'll be right back at you. Got a little something cool going down every day for the 12 days of Christmas. Don't forget. I know everybody knows we got the money opens. Everybody 1, 2, and 3 getting paid out in our opens today. Tomorrow is the big boxer relay. Don't want to miss that. That's always a fun show to watch. See who can keep their boxers up and who gets them caught in the spokes as they go around the track. Boxer relay going down tomorrow for the 12 days of Christmas. No line over there at concessions. Go check them out. Got the chicken bowl on tap. Better than KFC. Just saying. It's not a good time to give a plug for our sponsor, Bootleggers. You know, we're talking about our concessions, but Bootleggers, they're also a big sponsor. They're over there now then. Go check them out. They got some hot eats and some cool treats as well. Another one of our big sponsors, Midco Internet. Take a look around all the walls. Anything you guys ever need, 99% of them sponsor this track. They put money into your kids' sport. It's always nice to support them and put a little money back into them so they can continue to sponsor our kids' sports. Wouldn't have it without them. all caught up on our paperwork. Back to racing action. Senior dogs on the track. We got McAllister, Olson, Fastgramps, Moore, Bruninger, and Pittman. 9 riders in this group today. See if they can keep this rubber side down as they work their way down that second straight. That's a 13 ride. That's going to be Bruninger sitting on that top spot. We got McAllister, Pittman on that 2 and 3. Olson sitting on that 4. Fastgramps sitting on that 5. Taking them single file in and out of that last corner. Back down that last straight. It's all Bruninger in this one. He's going to get there first. McAllister with the 2. Pittman, Olson, Zamore. Second rack of our senior dogs on the track. We got Marky Mark, Beard, Swagger, Fields, and Meyer. FXR Dance, Comp Colors sitting on that top spot. That's going to be Swagger leading them down that second straight. Marky Mark for the Black Sheep sitting on that 2 spot. Meyer for Bent Rim, followed up by the Bandit Colors of Fields on that 4. Taking them single file style in and out of Santa's corner, back down that last straight. It's all FXR in this one. Swagger going to lead them on down to the straight. Marky Mark going to get that 2. Meyer airing it out, trying to hold on to it, and he does with the 3. Fields rounding out year 4. 6 and under mixed open on the track. 3 riders left in this rack. Round number 2, battling it out for the gate pick. We got Not Stopping Beard, Sullivan, and Rodell. Bringing them down that second straight. That's a 154 ride. That's Sullivan sitting on that top spot. We got the 236 rider, Rodell, sitting on that 2. The 32 ride, Not Stopping Beard for the Black Sheep sitting on that 3 spot. Rodell riding it out for Mom and Dad, trying to work her way into a better gate pick as they come in and out of the full tilt turn. Looks like she's going to get it. Sullivan going a little too high. Rodell capitalizing on it, but Sullivan trying to get it back. They're going to go side by side back down that last straight. Tire to tire. Sullivan going to get there first. Rodell crossing second. Beard crossing third. 7-8 mixed open on the track. First rack of these riders. 12 riders trying to get to the fastest 8. We got Queen Bee, Boffman, Canoyer, Shives, Boomerang, Beard, and Conan. 2 riders going to make it on into that main event. That's Canoyer Shives sitting on that top spot. We got the Queen Bee for Fusion sitting on that 2 spot. Black Sheep Colors, that's Boomerang Beard giving chase on that 3, trying to find his way into the main event as they work it on back down that last straight. It's going to be Shives and the Queen Bee both moving on. Second rack of our 7-8 mixed open on the track. Taking 2 out of this one. We got Sullivan, Cordell, Lakeberg, and Kelberg. Coming around corner number 1, back down that second straight. That's going to be the Nag 10 ride. That's the 1 cent penny. Lakeberg sitting on that top spot for Prodigy. We got the 81 ride. That's going to be Cordell for Crank Lab sitting on that 2 spot, working their way in and out. 2 riders, Sullivan and Kelberg, trying to find their way into a main event as they work their way back down that last straight, but it's going to be the 1 cent penny. Lakeberg punching her ticket, and the 81 ride of Cordell holding on. Moto number 19 and 20 on the track. This is a combine for our 9-10 mixed open. We got Kelberg, Prindota, Canoyer Shives, Ellis, and Lil Crash Caulfield. 4 of these riders left to make this main event. That's a 238 ride. That's going to be Ellis sitting on that top spot. We got the Gold Cup 2, Lil Crash, the 33, and the 749. That's Prindota on that 3. Canoyer Shives sitting on that 4. The light-up shoes of Kelberg trying to find her way up into that main event. She's just got to capitalize on 1 spot as they bring it back down that last straight. It's going to be the Ellis, Caulfield, Canoyer Shives, and Prindota all moving on. 11-12 mixed open on the track. 4 riders left in this one. Back to gate picks. We got Canoyer Shives, Martin, Zephyr, and Carlson working their way in and out of corner number 1. That's a 750 ride. That's going to be Canoyer Shives sitting on that top spot, followed up by the 6 and the 876. So Zephyr sitting on that 2. Martin sitting on that 3. Carlson on that 4. Losing 1 rider. He's off the pedals, trying to get back on it as he rounds out that full tilt turn. That's got to hurt. Every guy in the building knows it. Canoyer Shives crossing first. Zephyr crossing second. The 505 of Carlson up into that 3. The 876 ride. Oh, he's missing parts. Oh, it's on this obstacle. Matt, it's over here. losing parts on the track as they work their way in and out. That's the 880 ride sitting on that top spot. Trying to announce from the track is not an easy thing. Steffen's crossing first. I don't know who was second and third. Sorry, I was worried about a crank arm. Get all his parts picked back up. This is why we make announcements, to check your parts. Like I said, last time I made that announcement, somebody lost a crank arm. This time I made the announcement, somebody lost a crank arm. I'm just going to stop announcing parts on the track. It's not my fault. I'm just saying. We try to prevent that by making that announcement, not make it happen. Needs a little mechanic work before round number 3. He'll be back at it. All right, now I'm back on pace. Moto number 23 on the track, 15-16 mixed open. We got Melanson and Cunningham working their way in and out of corner number 1. Side-by-side action, battling out. Melanson, Cunningham. Cunningham sitting on that top spot right now. Melanson sitting on that 2 spot for Pack BMX, battling it out for that best gate pick in that main event. What's left? Back down that last straight they come. It's all the Gold Cup, one of Cunningham. He's going to get to the stripe first. Melanson crossing second. 7-8 open on the track. Total points racing in this one. Moto number 24, we got El Papi Ortiz, Simmons, and Melanson working their way down that second straight. That's going to be El Papi Ortiz sitting on that top spot. Simmons sitting on that 2. Simmons getting under in corner number 2, cutting it, but El Papi Ortiz says, I'm not going down that easy. I want that back. He moves up into that top spot. Simmons giving chase back down that last straight. This is going to be a good race all the way back down to the stripe. It's going to go Ortiz, Simmons, Melanson. Nine, 10 open on the track. 3 riders left in this rack. We got the Smoke, Bleasy, Mullins, and Swanson. Mullins back after a little mechanic work after his crash in round number 1. Good to see him back on the tires. He's on that top spot. We got Bleasy sitting on that 2 spot, the 32 ride. Swanson sitting on that 3, stretched out 3rd and 4th straight. Single file style back down that last straight. It's all Mullins in this one. Mullins going to get to that stripe first. Bleasy bringing it on home, going to cross second. Swanson crossing 3rd. 11-12 open on the track now. We got Manuel, Shannon, and Simmons. That's the 18 ride. Simmons sitting on that top spot. The 37 ride of Shannon sitting on that 2 spot. Manuel for the crew sitting on that 3. Working their way in and out of that full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's all Simmons for Embrace Orthodontics. He's going to pick up that low score in round number 2. Shannon going to get that 2 spot. Manuel going to get that 3. 15-16 open on the track now, taking 2 out of this one. We got Larry Conklin and Papa Smurf Brotzel. Larry Conklin toying with Brotzel as they round out corner number 2. Side-by-side action back down that 3rd straight, working their way in and out of Santa's corner. Conklin holding on to that top spot right now for Minnesota S Squared. He's going to lead him on back down to the stripe. Conklin crossing first, Brotzel crossing second. 15-16 Young Lady Cruiser on the track now. Total points racing in this one. We got Madzilla Voss, Low Crash Caulfield, and Biggie Chamberlain. That's Madzilla sitting on that top spot for Fusion in and out of corner number 2. We got the Gold Cup 1. That's Biggie Chamberlain for the Black Sheep sitting on that top 2 spot. The Gold Cup 2 of Little Crash for Bent Rims sitting on that 3. Taking them single file back down that last straight. It's all Madzilla in this one. She's going to get that skinny digit in round number 2. Putting another ace in her pocket. Biggie Chamberlain going to get that 2. Little Crash going to get that 3. 36-40 young ladies on the track. We got Kim Possible, Farley, Red Thunder, Bleasy, and Engberg. Kim Possible getting a little squirrely coming into corner number 2. She holds on to it, holding on to that top spot right now. Engberg sitting on that 2. Bleasy sitting on that 3. Don't know who's more chatty, Kim Possible or Chatty Cathy, but it's Kim Possible leading them on down to the stripe. She's going to get that low score in round number 2. Engberg going to get that 2. Bleasy going to get that 3. 9-year-old cruiser out there now. 3 riders left. I got Engberg, Melanson, and the Silent Assassin, Cox. That's an Ag 4. That's going to be Cox sitting on that top spot. We got the 20 ride. That's going to be Engberg, followed up by Melanson sitting on that 3. Single file in and out of Santa's corner, back down that last straight. It's all the Silent Assassin for Black Widow in this one. He's going to lead him on back down to the stripe, crossing first. Engberg going to air it out, crossing second. Mellinson crossing third. 11-year-old cruiser back to my sheet with my pretty little notes that are highlighted. We got T-Train Hoff, Freddie Kazitza, and the Wildman Vanderheiden. That's T-Train sitting on that top spot. We got the Wildman sitting on that 2 spot. Kazitza sitting on that 3, working their way in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. The Wildman making a run at T-Train as they bring it on back down to the stripe. It's going to go T-Train, the Wildman, and Freddie. 17-20 cruiser out there now. We got the Atomic Kennedy, Heinrich, and Tater Top Bolin. Atomic Kennedy airing it out into corner number 2, sitting on that top spot. We got Tater Tot for Black Widow sitting on that 2 spot. Heinrich sitting on that 3, bringing them single file style back down that last straight. It's all FXR dance comp in this one. Kennedy going to cross with the 1. Bolin going to get that 2, and Heinrich going to get that 3. 36-40 cruiser out there now. Moto number 33. I got Olson, Big Crash, Caulfield, and Mo. Side by side, these guys are not too old to air it out, but Matt thinks so. I heard it myself. Mo and Olson side by side coming out of that last corner. They're going to keep it side by side all the way back down that last straight. Olson going to cross first. Mo going to cross second. Big Crash bringing it on home. Going to cross third. 51-55 cruiser on the track now. We got Myers, Adon, and Fields. See if these guys can air it out like the 36-40-year-olds as they bring it on down that second straight. They say not a chance. Tires on the track at all times. Hands on the bars inside the ride as they work their way down that third straight. Zidane sitting on that top spot. Myers sitting on that 2. Fields sitting on that 3. Bringing them on back at you down that last straight. It's all Zidane right now. Zidane going to get that low score. Meyer going to get that 2. Fields going to get that 3. 56-60 cruiser on the track. 2 riders left. We got Olberg and McVicker. That's Olberg sitting on that top spot right now, in and out of corner number 2. We got McVicker sitting on that 2 spot. Olberg trying to pose for the camera. Nobody wants to see that. Working their way in and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. It's all Olberg right now. McVicker giving chase, trying to reel him in as they bring it on back home. He can pose for the finish line camera as he gets the best gate pick out of round number 2. McVicker going to cross second. 5 and under novice back on the track. We got Heinrich, Reichel, and the Alex Mo Show Mo. 3 little takes left in this one. Pumping out those little legs, trying to work it out. Reichel sitting on that top spot right now. We got the 118. That's the Alex Mo Show sitting on that 2 spot. Heinrich sitting on that 3. Taking them single file in and out of the full tilt turn. I wanted to bring myself down to their level, but can't quite get there. Working it on home. It's all Reichel right now. Riding it out for Fusion. She's going to bring it on back up across that table. Crossing first. The Alex Mo Show for standard. Going to cross second. Heinrich crossing third. Moto number 37 on the track now. 7-year-old novice. I got Wolverton and Griffith left in this one. That's a 536 ride. That's Wolverton sitting on that top spot. Griffith sitting on that 2 spot for Synergy Home Care. Working their way back down that third straight. Single file style. Battling it out. In and out of the Santa's corner. Not stopping for any presents. We're not past Thanksgiving, so it's not time for Christmas presents yet. 1 week left. Wolverton bringing it on home. Crossing first. Griffith gonna cross second. 9-year-old novice out there now. 3 riders left in this one. We got Mersch, Conan, and Vadnais. That's Mersch sitting on that top spot right now. Vadnais sitting on that 2 spot. Conan sitting on that 3. Bringing them single file style back down that last straight. It's all Mersch right now. Mersch going to bring it on down to the stripe. Crossing first. The 41 ride of Vadnais crossing second. Conan crossing third. 11-year-old novice on the track, total points racing in moto number 39. We got Carlson, Prendota, and Canoyer Shives. That's Prendota sitting on that top spot right now with the Mohawk, leading them on down that last straight. We got Canoyer Shives sitting on that 2 spot. So Prendota going to get that low score. The 505 ride of Carlson going to get that 2 spot. Canoyer Shives going to get that 3. 12-year-old novice on the track now, 3 riders left. We got Zakovic Anderson, Cadwell, and Martin. That's Zakovic sitting on that top spot right now. We got Martin sitting on that 2. Anderson, Cadwell sitting on that 3. Bringing them on back at you down that last straight. Down to the stripe, it's going to go Zakovic, Martin, and Anderson, Cadwell. 14-year-old novice on the track, total points racing in this one. We got Kimmy Evans, Steffens, and Phillips. Phillips sitting on that top spot in and out of Santa's corner right now, working their way back down that last straight. Looks like Phillips sitting on that top spot. I cannot read numbers today. The 880 of Steffens on that 2 spot. Kimmy Evans on that 3. 26-35 novice out there now. We got Chatty Cathy Lee, Shives, and Wolverton. That's a state 8 ride. That's going to be Wolverton leading him in and out of corner number 2. We got the 276 ride of Shives sitting on that 2. Chatty Cathy, not much to chat about in this round. She's sitting on that 3 spot as they round out that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Wolverton in this one. Wolverton going to lead him on down to the stripe, crossing first. The 276 ride, Shives going to cross second. Chatty Cathy crossing third. 5 and under intermediate on the track. 2 riders left in this one. We got Peterson and Simmons. It's a Gold Cup 2. That's Simmons for Embrace Orthodontics, leading him in and out of corner number 2. Little Miss Smiley Peterson for the Bandits, biting her tongue around corner number 2, sitting on that 2 spot, working their way in and out of Santa's corner, back down that last straight. It's all Simmons in this one. Simmons going to bring it on down to the stripe, crossing first. Peterson going to cross second. 6-year-old intermediate on the track. 4 riders left. We got Ducklet, Canoyer, Shives, McGowan, and Cunningham. That's a 748 ride. Canoyer, Shives on that top spot. We got the 81 ride. That's Cunningham sitting on that 2. McGowan for Bent Rim sitting on that 3. Ducklet skipping pedals around corner number 2. He's sitting on that 4. Working their way in and out of that last corner. They're single file, but they're keeping it tight. McGowan making a run for a better gate pick as they bring it on down to the stripe. It's going to go Canoyer, Shives. Look like Cunningham holding on. McGowan crossing third. Ducklet crossing fourth. 7-year-old intermediate out there now. Total points racing. We got Cordell Kelberg and the Queen Bee Boffman. That's Cordell for Crank Lab sitting on that top spot right now. Queen Bee for Fusion on that 2 spot. The light up shoes of Little Miss Kelberg for FXR Dance Comp sitting on that 3. Back down to the stripe they come. Cordell going to lock in that low score in round number 2. The Queen Bee going to get that 2 spot. The light up shoes going to get that 3. 8-year-old intermediate on the track. 3 riders left in this one. We got Boomerang Beard, Canoyer, Shives, and the Electric Enzo Moss. That's the Electric Enzo Moss sitting on that top spot right now. He's got Canoyer, Shives right on his hip pocket. Boomerang Beard sitting on that 3 spot, keeping them side by side, tire to tire. Canoyer, Shives going to make that pass down that last straight. He's going to cross first. Moss crossing second. Beard going to cross third. 9-year-old intermediate out there. 3 riders left. We got Kelberg, Heps, and Wolverton. That's a 150 ride. That's going to be Heps sitting on that top spot. We got the light up shoes of Kelberg sitting on that 2. Wolverton sitting on that 3. Must have figured out that right shoe. I don't remember which one it was, but the light up shoes blinking their way back down that last straight. But it's all Heps right now for Element Insulation. Going to cross first. FXR Dance Comp. Light up shoes of Kelberg crossing second. Wolverton crossing third. 10-year-old intermediate on the track. Total points racing. We got the Animal Solberg, the Flash Fusey, and Birkland. Birkland sitting on that top spot, going to lead him in and out of corner number 3. We got the Flash sitting on that 2 spot. The Animal sitting on that 3. Back down to the stripe they go. That's how it's going to go. Birkland going to get that low score. Fusey going to get that 2 spot. Solberg for Revolution going to get that 3. Moto number 49 on the track now. 12-year-old intermediate. 3 riders left. We got Oberg, Zephyr, and the Dilly Bar Telke. That's a Dilly Bar leading him in and out of that last corner. Oberg sitting on that 2 spot. Zephyr sitting on that 3. Back down to the stripe they come. It's going to go Telke, Oberg, Zephyr. 14-year-old intermediate out there now. 2 riders left. We got Freakin' Jessen and Xanderbolt Moss. That was probably one of the best recoveries I've seen in a long time. Freakin' Jessen holding on to that one. That was a bucking bronco the whole way down. You want to see the replay in that, go to our YouTube channel and check that one out. But that's going to be Xander Boltmoss capitalizing on the little snafu. He's going to cross first. Give freaking Jessen a freaking round of applause for that one. She's bringing it on down to the stripe, holding on to that. She's going to cross second. 36-40 intermediate on the track now. 2 riders left in this one, losing 1 in corner number 1. We got Mellinson and Austin. Austin going down in that first corner. Checking out our bales on the inside of the corner. Good thing they're soft. Mellinson riding it out, sitting on that top spot right now. Austin's back up. Give him a big round of applause. I think he's going to finish it out on the tires. Good thing for those soft bales. They're foam. It's okay. They don't hurt that bad. Mellinson going to bring it on down to the stripe. He's going to cross first. Austin, wherever he went, he walking it off. Austin walking it off. Give him one more big round of applause. He might have some repairs to do. Girls Club locked, loaded, ready to go in the gate. Got the birthday girl in gate number 2 getting her bales all fixed up. Got our track officials out there cleaning stuff up. Got to sweep some dirt off. Welcome to the Girls Club. 8-year-old young ladies on the track, back to race in action. We got the birthday girl Ducky Farley, Casey Ray Mings, and Shales coming in and out of corner number 1. The birthday girl must have had a cupcake. She's got a little sugar in the tank. She's sitting on that top spot right now. We got Shales and Casey Ray Mings on that 2 and 3, rounding out that second corner, working their way back down that third straight. Casey Ray and Shales side by side, working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. They're going to battle it out all the way down to the stripe. Shales moving up into that 2, but the birthday girl, Ducky Farley, holding on to that 1. She's going to cross first. Shales crossing second. Casey Ray crossing third. 11-year-old young ladies on the track now. Total points racing in this one. We got Reichel, Ray, and Cordell. That's Miss Ray for Level Up sitting on that top spot. We got Reichel for Fusion sitting on that 2 spot. Cordell for Crank Lab sitting on that 3. Working their way in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Miss Ray in this one. She's going to lead them on back down to the straight, picking up that skinny digit in round number 2. Reichel holding on for that 2 spot. Cordell going to get that 3. 13-year-old young ladies out there now. We got Lanigan, the Assassinator, Larson, and the Beast Voss. That's the pigtails of the Assassinator sitting on that top spot. We got Lanigan sitting on that 2. The Beast Voss sitting on that 3. Taking them single file in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Larson right now for Factory Rip. She's going to cross first. Lanigan crossing second. All 3 ladies airing it out, and the Beast Voss going to cross third. 15, 16 young ladies on the track. 3 riders left. We got Wolf, Smiley Stokel, and the Dozer Brosson. That's Smiley Stokel sitting on that top spot. We got the Dozer sitting on that 2 spot for Black Widow, working their way back down that last straight. Wolf sitting on that 3. It's going to go Stokel, Brosson, Wolf. 17, 20 young ladies out there now. We got Kim Possible, Farley, Engberg, and Cuss. That's Cuss leading them down that second straight. She's got Kim Possible giving chase, sitting on that 2 spot. Engberg for the Bandits, sitting on that 3. Taking them single file style back down that third straight, in and out of the full tilt turn. Bringing them back at you. It's all Cuss in this one. Cuss going to bring it on down the stripe, crossing first. Kim Possible crossing second. Engberg going to cross third. 7-year-old expert on the track. 2 riders left in this rack. We got Mellinson and the Cowboy Smith. Both riders going down in round number 1. Both battling it out in round number 2 for that gate pick. Mellinson sitting on that top spot right now for Pack BMX. We got the Cowboys sitting on that 2 spot for FXR Dance Comp. Back down that last straight they come. It's all Mellinson right now. Mellinson going to lead them on down to the stripe, crossing first. Smith going to cross second. Moto number 58 on the track now, 8-year-old expert total points race, and we got Nelson, the El Papi Ortiz, and Nonobu Elvin. That's El Papi Ortiz for Black Widow leading them in and out of corner number 2. We got Nonobu Elvin for Fusion sitting on that 2 spot. Nelson right on his hip pocket for Bombshell coming in and out of the full tilt turn. Elvin trying to hold off Nelson as they go, but it's all El Papi Ortiz. He's going to get that low score in round number 1. Elvin going to get that 2 spot. Nelson going to get that 3. First rack of our 9-year-old experts on the track. 11 riders in this group today trying to get down to the fastest 8. We're going to take 2 out of this rack. We got Mr. Ray Ray, Engberg, and Swanson, and Kolke. Looks like 3 riders answering the call. 2 riders going to move on. That's going to be Mr. Ray Ray sitting on that top spot. We got the 11 rider, Engberg, sitting on that 2. Swanson trying to find his way up into a main event. He's sitting on that 3 spot. As they take it in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight, it's all Mr. Ray Ray in this one. He's going to punch his ticket to that main event, and the 11 ride of Engberg going to move on. Second rack of our 9-year-old expert on the track. We got Mullins, Slingshot, Stopka, and the Smoke Bleasy. That's Mullins for Fusion sitting on that top spot. We got the Chrome Dome of the Slingshot sitting on that 2 spot. Bleasy trying to find his way into a main event as they round out that last corner, trying to reel them in as they go. But it's all Mullins. Mullins going to lead him on down to the stripe, punching his ticket. Stopka going to punch his ticket on into that main event out of moto number 60. 61 on the track now, 10-year-old expert. 2 riders left in this one. We got Freddie Kazitza and the Savage Brutzman. That's Brutzman sitting on that top spot for Ameriprise Full Tilt. Freddie Kazitza for Fusion sitting on that 2, working their way in and out, back down that last straight. It's all Brutzman right now. The Savage going to cross first. Kazitza crossing second. 11-year-old expert out there now. 3 riders left. We got Simmons, Albers, and Bill Richard working their way down that second straight. That's going to be Simmons sitting on that top spot. We got Albers sitting on that 2 spot. Bill Richard sitting on that 3. Taking them single file down that 3rd straight. Embrace Orthodontics colors leading them in and out of that last corner. Crank Lab give and chase. It's all Simmons right now. Simmons going to cross first. Albers crossing second. Bill Richard going to cross 3rd. 12-year-old expert on the track now. 3 riders left. We got the men of Schreier, Shannon, and Manuel. That's Shannon for level up on that top spot. We got the 64 ride. That's Manuel sitting on that 2 spot, working their way back down that 3rd straight. The Menace Schroyer for Prodigy sitting on that 3. In and out of the last corner they come. It's all Shannon right now. Level up colors leading the charge. Shannon going to cross first. Manuel crossing second. Schroyer crossing 3rd. 13-year-old expert out there now. 3 riders left. We got Manuel, Little Red McCauley, and Bucky Bushy. Black Widow colors leading them down that 3rd straight. That's going to be Bucky Bushy sitting on that top spot right now. Little Red McCauley right on his hip pocket as they bring it on back down that last straight. It's going to go Bushy, McCauley, Manuel. 14-year-old expert out there. We got 3, Larry Conklin, Shellbach, and Lenners. That's Lenners leading them in and out of corner number 2. We got the 42 ride. That's going to be Larry Conklin sitting on that 2 spot. Shellbach for level up, sitting on that 3, stretched out, single file, back down that last straight. It's all Lenners right now for Factory S Squared. He's going to cross first. Larry Conklin for Minnesota S Squared going to cross second. Shellbach crossing 3rd. 15-year-old expert out there now. We got Cam Nato, Ford, Tyson, and Bowman in this total points race. Moto number 66 on the track. 5 motos left in round number 2. Then we got a 3rd round to do and a semi. So if you have a 3rd round of dash to do, you should be making your way back up to the top of the hill. But it's going to go Tyson, Bowman, Ford. 16-year-old expert out there now, another total points race. We got Stokel, Miller, and Bandicon, Conklin. That's going to be Stokel leading them in and out of corner number 2. Bandicon, Conklin sitting on that 2 spot. Miller sitting on that 3. Taking them single file down that 3rd straight, in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all level up colors in this one. Stokel going to lead them on down to the straight, picking up that low score in round number 2. Conklin going to get that 2 spot. Miller going to get that 3. 1720 expert on the track, 4 riders left. We got the Enigma, Elliott, Lenners, Rakowski, Drawanek, and Bowman. That's a 7 ride. That's Drawanek sitting on that top spot. We got the Enigma, Elliott, Lenners sitting on that 2 spot, working their way in and out of that last corner. Bowman sitting on that 3. Back down to the stripe they come. It's going to go Drawanek, Lenners, Bowman. And Rakowski. Forgot that last name in that moto. 21-25 expert out there now. Total points raising. We got Johnny Vance, Nelson, the Atomic Kennedy. That's Vance sitting on that top spot right now for factory full tilt, leading them in and out of the full tilt corner. Back down that last straight. Atomic Kennedy sitting on that 2 spot. It's going to go Vance, Kennedy, Nelson. 36-40 expert on the track. 2 riders answering the call. We got Papa Smurf, Bratzel, and Smith. Working their way down that second straight. That's Fusion Color sitting on that top spot. That's going to be Bratzel. He's got Smith right on his hip pocket as they head on back down that third straight, in and out of the full tilt turn. Smith trying to find his way around Bratzel as they bring it on back down that last straight. Smith trying to bring it up side by side. Can't quite get there. Bratzel going to cross first. Smith crossing second. 51-55 expert, last rack of round number 2. We got Pittman, the Eau Claire Nightmare, Miller, and McVicker. That's a 97 ride. That's Bandit Colors of Pittman sitting on that top spot. We got the Eau Claire Nightmare for BMXDreambikes.com sitting on that 2. McVicker sitting on that 3. Taking them single file, stretched out down that last straight. Pittman going to make it on down to the line first. The Eau Claire Nightmare crossing second. McVicker going to cross third. All right, we got some third rounds for our dash to do. Then we are going to do some giveaways, give them a little break. Then we got a semi-main event to do. And then we'll roll into the main event. number 3, kicking it off with our junior girl dash. We got Biggie Chamberlain, Lanigan, Sassinator, Larson, Ray, and Orn all in this rack, trying to make their way into a main event. Low points gets them there as they work their way in and out of corner number 1, back down that second straight. That's going to be the Assassinator sitting on that top spot. Lanigan sitting on that 2, Miss Ray. Biggie Chamberlain, the high water ankles of Orange sitting on that 5 as they work their way in and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. It's all the Assassinator Larson in this one. She's going to bring him on down to the stripe, crossing first. Lanigan, Ray, Chamberlain, Orn. Second rack of our junior girls on the track. We got Cordell, Queen Bee Boffman, Reichel, and Ducky Farley in this one as they work their way down that first straight. Crank Lab colors on that top spot. That's going to be Cordell. Reichel sitting on that 2 spot. Looks like the birthday girl, Ducky Farley, sitting on that 3. The Queen Bee Boffman sitting on that 4 spot, working their way back down that third straight. It's all Crank Lab in this one. Cordell going to lead them in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. Reichel sitting on that 2 spot. Ducky Farley, Boffman, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's going to go Cordell, Reichel, Farley, Boffman. Got to catch up. Turn 2 pages. Junior dogs on the track. Don't even know what motor we're on. 23 riders in this one. They still got a semi-main event to go. First rack of these guys, we got the Mena Schroyer, Mr. Ray Ray, Easy Escalona, the Wildman Vanderheiden, and the Roadrunner Anderson. That's going to be the Roadrunner sitting on that top spot. We got the Wildman right on his hip pocket as they head on back down that last straight. The Mena Schroyer sitting on that 3. It's going to go Anderson, Vanderheiden. I don't know about 3 and 4. I'm not calling that one. I could say Mr. Ray Ray came across 5. Escalona, 3rd. Schroyer dropping to 4. Second rack of our junior dogs on the track. We got the Monster Marshall, Falkowski, Simmons, Style Check, Peterson, El Papi Ortiz, Sabal Callahan, and the Warthog Caulfield. That's the 2 ride. That's going to be the Monster sitting on that top spot. We got the Warthog sitting on that 2. Simmons, El Papi Ortiz, 3 and 4. Style Check Peterson trying to get up in there. He's on that 5. Sabal Callahan sitting on that 6. Working their way in and out back down that last straight. It's all the Monster in this one. Falkowski going to cross first. Caulfield, Simmons, Style Check getting in there. Ortiz, Sabal Callahan. Third rack of junior dogs on the track. We got the Silent Assassin, Cox, Nonobu, Elvin, Freddie, Kazitsa, Slingshot, Stopka, Simmons, Dilly Bartelke. Coming in and out of corner number 1. Looks like Black Widow colors sitting on that top spot right now. That's an Ag 2 ride. That's going to be the Silent Assassin. He's got Freddie Kazitsa, Slingshot on that 2 and 3. The Dilly Bar sitting on that 4 spot. Simmons, Elvin, 5 and 6, working in and out. Looks like Freddie Kazitsa taking a run at Cox. He couldn't quite make it stick. Trying to get under on that last one. Cox going to hold on to it for the 1. Kazitsa with the 2. Stopka, Tilke, Simmons, Elvin. Last rack of junior dogs on the track trying to make that semi-main event. We got Albers, Hertz, the Rocket Baron, Grambo, Burke, Mullins, and Kolke. Working their way down that second straight. That's going to be the Nag 12 ride. That's Grambo Burke sitting on that top spot. We got Hertz sitting on that 2. Baron on that 3. Working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. Mullins sitting on that 4. Albers on that 5. It's going to go Burke, Hertz, Barron, Mullins, Albers. Big dogs on the track. First rack of these out of 15 riders. We got the Demon Larson, Swanson, Bucky Bushy, Stokel, Lenners, Welkel, and the Enigma Elliott Lenners. Bringing them in and out of corner number 1. That's a 22 ride. That's going to be Welkel sitting on that top spot. Stokel, Lenners. Working their way down that third straight. Looks like Bucky Bushy sitting on that 4th spot as they take it in and out of the full tilt turn. Welkel trying to hold on to that top spot. Stokel making a run at him, but it's going to go Welkel, Stokel, Lenners. Second rack of big dogs on the track. We got Tyson, Taylor, Bowman, Chase Gage, Hill, Tyson, Vance, Locken, and Bandicon Conklin working their way in and out of corner number 1. Factory full tilt colors coming out on top. That's going to be Johnny Vance airing it out into corner number 2. We got the Nag 10, Chase Gage sitting on that 2. Tyson, Bowman working their way on down. Looks like Lockinen turned his shirt red in between rounds after his little spill. Good to see him back on the tires. Back down to the stripe. It's going to go Vance, Hill, Tyson, Bowman, Lockinen. I got you, Randall. It's all good. Senior dogs on the track. First rack of these riders, 9 strong today. We got Olson, Pittman, Fast Grams, Moore, Marky Mark, Beard, and Swagger. In and out of corner number 1. Looks like Swagger sitting on that top spot. Marky Mark sitting on that 2 spot. Pittman, Olson, Fast Grams, Moore. 3, 4, 5. Single file down that 3rd straight. In and out of the full tilt turn. It's all Swagger right now. Swagger going to lead him on back down that last straight. Looking across first. He's going to get there. Marky Mark crossing second. Pittman, Olson, Zamore. Second rack of senior dogs on the track. We got McAllister, Fields, Bruninger, and Meyer working their way in and out of corner number 1. Bruninger sitting on that top spot. Looks like a couple of bent rim battling it out for that 2 and 3. McAllister and Meyer side by side. McAllister coming out of corner number 2 on that 2 spot. Meyer on that 3. Fields sitting on that 4. Working their way in and out of Santa's corner. Back down that last straight. McAllister holding off Meyer. Taking away the move as they go. It's going to go Bruninger. Meyer still running at it. He's going to cross second. McAllister third. Fields crossing fourth. All right, we're going to take a break till 2:25, and then we will run the junior dog semi-main event. So that'll give us 8 minutes. We'll do our giveaways real quick, and then we will run our semi-main event. All right, we got some giveaways going out. I got a candy bar going out to Joe, whatever. Dronick. Yeah, the one I can't say. Joe Dronick, you're getting a candy bar. Come on down to the finish line. See our ugly head official. I got Nora the Destroyer Mellinson. You're getting some free nachos. Come on down to the finish line. I'm sure you're still in the building. Can't eat them with a pacifier, but you can try. And Brantley Albers, you're getting yourself a free Gatorade or a Propel. Come on down. Now is a good time to start thinking about if you want to hand out tickets in our main event. I'm going to need 3 ticket holders. So now is a great time to volunteer. We've had some delays today, so we don't want to delay the main event when we get there. Semi-main event, locked, loaded, ready to go for our junior dogs. Gate comes down on our first rack of junior dogs, taking 4 out of this one. We got Grambo Burke, Roadrunner Anderson, the Warthog Caulfield, Simmons, Slingshot Stopka, the Rocket Bear, and the Menace Schroyer and El Papi Ortiz. Working their way in and out of corner number 1. That's going to be the Roadrunner sitting on that top spot. Grambo Burke sitting on that 2. The Warthog followed up by Simmons on that 4. Barron sitting on that 5, trying to find his way up into the main event as they round out that full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's all the Roadrunner right now. It's going to be Burke, Anderson, Caulfield, and Simmons all moving on. All comes down to this second rack of junior dogs. 4 of them moving on, 4 of them not. Monster, Marshall, Falkowski, Hertz, Wildman, Vanderheiden, Easy, Escalona, Style Check, Peterson, Freddie, Kazitza, Silent, Assassin, Cox, and the Dilly Bar. That's Hertz sitting on that top spot. We got the 2 ride. That's a Monster sitting on that 2. Neg 18. That's going to be the Wildman sitting on that 3 spot. We got Style Check Peterson sitting on that 4. Easy Escalona sitting on that 5. They're still jockeying for position. They're 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. It's going to go Hertz, Falkowski, Peterson, Vanderheiden. All moving on in no particular order, because I'm not calling that. All right. It's intermission time. We'll open up first and second straight to our 12 and over experts. Now is a good time to use the bathroom if you gotta go. Yeah, I got you guys. We got the Ride brand giveaway to do. And I need 3 volunteers to hand out tickets, and we'll be right back at you with that main event. A little big oversized birdie just told me the ride winner has got the text message, so check your phones. The text message has gone out for our ride brand giveaway. I know everybody's glued to technology all the time. Somebody check your phone, make some noise. There he is. Tony Byington, this week's winner of our $100 ride brand giveaway. I still got 2 giveaways down at the finish line. If you don't pick them up, I'm taking them. I got Joe Dronick, however you say it. I'm going to butcher it every time. Aloha, Joe. You're getting a candy bar. If you don't come get it, I'm taking it. And I got Brantley Albers. You're getting a Gatorade or Propel. Come down to the finish line and get what you're supposed to get. If you don't show up, I'm taking it. And Danielle's going to like it. All right, quick announcement, everybody listen up. If you are participating in the opens today, mixed opens or opens, doesn't matter. They are money opens. Kara will be at the ticket holders. I'd say the finish line, but I don't want anybody turning around. She will be hanging out down by the ticket holders. So she will hand you your envelope for the money opens when you get your ticket for your trophy. So if you are participating in the money opens and you get first, second, or third place today, Make sure you pick up your envelope when you get your ticket for your trophy. You know that sound. Main event, stage them on up. Main event, get them staged on up. event time on a Saturday Fire and Ice Race Day. Kicking it off for the Junior Girl Dash. Coming to you out of Isanti, Minnesota for Factory Carbone Cartel on the 16 ride. Amelia, the birthday girl, Ducky Farley. Coming to you out of Cambridge, Minnesota for Fusion Racing on the 88 ride, Layla Reichel. Coming to you out of Bram, Minnesota for Factory Full Tilt on the National 37 ride, showing her ankles the whole way, Skylar Orn. Coming out of Oak Grove, Minnesota for Black Sheep BMX on the Gold Cup 2 ride, Lila Biggie Chamberlain. Coming out of Andover, Minnesota for Level Up Racing on the 47 ride, Annalise Miss Ray. Coming to you out of Cambridge, Minnesota for Crank Lab Racing on the G ride, Ella Cordell. Coming out of Isanti, Minnesota for Level Up Racing on the 15 ride, Avery Lanigan. And coming out of Pequot Lakes, Minnesota for Factory Ripped on the Gold Cup 3 ride, Nevaeh the Assassinator Larson. Gate comes down on this one. Who's got the gas left in the tank? Working their way down that first straight. Factory Rip colors. It's the Pigtails of the Assassinator coming out on that top spot. Lanigan right on her hip pocket coming back down that second straight. It's Larson, Lanigan, Ray, Orn. Working their way in and out of corner number 2. Chamberlain sitting on that 5 spot. They're still tire to tire. Working their way down that third straight. In and out of the full tilt turn. Larson trying to hold on to it as they bring it back at you back down that last straight. It's all Larson wire to wire. Larson crossing first. Lanigan, Ray, and Orn. Back up to the top of the hill. Ladies Dash getting ready to go. Coming to you with 15 points out of Isanti, Minnesota for Crank Lab Racing on the 20 ride, Brielle Garski. Sitting on 12 points coming out of Cosmos, Minnesota for Black Widow Racing on the 8 ride, Blair the Dozer Brawson. Also sitting on 12 points coming out of Isanti, Minnesota for a Ameriprize Full Tilt on the Gold Cup 2 ride, Addie Little Red McCauley. Sitting on 10 points out of Cambridge, Minnesota for Ameriprize Full Tilt on the National 32 ride, Chaotic Kendall Elin. And with 9 points out of Woodbury, Minnesota for Factory Box Components on the National Age Group number 4 ride, Gemma Lil JT Tollefson. Sitting on 6 points out of Cedar, Minnesota for Dynasty BMX on the yellow ride, Angie Henry. Also sitting on 6 points out of St. Cloud, Minnesota for Level Up racing on the one ride, Alma Smiley Stokel. And with 2 points out of Ham Lake, Minnesota for Factory S Squared, showing her dad how to jump as she goes around the track on the National 89 ride, Taya Boker. Gate comes down on this one. Don't blink. It's going to go fast. 2 riders out to an early lead. We got Boker and Keata Kendall side by side coming in and out of corner number 1. Keata Kendall sitting on that top spot right now as they work their way back down that second straight. Boker right on her hip pocket. Henry sitting on that 3. Lil JT sitting on that 4. Stokel and Lil Red battling it out on that 5 spot. In and out of the full tilt turn they come. It's all Keata Kendall right now. Boker trying to make a run at it as they bring it on back home. It's going to go Elin, Boker, Henry, Tollefson. Rack them up, run that again. Whew. Seasoned senoritas on the hill, ready to kick things off. Sitting on 7 points, coming to you out of North Branch, Minnesota for Black Sheep BMX on the 443 ride. We got Emily Red Thunder Bleesey. Also sitting on 7 points, you can hear her coming around the track any day of the week from St. Francis, Minnesota for Bent Rim and Phoenix Stopka on the 71 ride, Chatty Kathy Chelsea Lee. Sitting on 4 points out of Zimmerman, Minnesota for the BMX Bandits racing on the 23 ride, Brianne Engberg. And sitting on 2 points out of Isani, Minnesota for the Factory Carbone Cartel on the National Age Group number 11 ride, Kim Possible Farley. Gate comes down on this one. These ladies got a lot to prove as they rip it around the track. That's Kim Possible battling out with Engberg on those top 2 spots right now. Chatty Cathy and Bleesey side by side coming in and out of corner number 1. Chatty Cathy trying to push up the Red Thunder as they bring it on back down that second straight. Kim Possible sitting on that top spot right now. Engberg sitting on that 2. The Red Thunder sitting on that 3 spot. Chatty Cathy on that 4. Working their way back down that last straight. It all comes down to this 1 lap, no crap. Kim Possible bringing it on home. She's going to cross first. Engberg crossing second. The Red Thunder of Bleesey bringing it on home third. And Chatty Cathy bringing it on home fourth. Back up to the top of the hill. Junior dogs loaded, ready to go. Starting it out of New Richmond, Wisconsin for Embrace Orthodontics on the 18 ride, Henry Simmons. Coming out of Oak Grove, Minnesota for Ameriprise Full Tilt on the National Age Group number 18 ride, Reed the Wildman Vanderheiden. Coming out of Zimmerman, Minnesota for the BMX Bandits on the 20 ride, Odin Stylecheck Peterson. At Isani, Minnesota for Bent Rim Racing on the Gold Cup 2 ride, Mikey the Warthog Caulfield. Out of Somerset, Wisconsin for Ameriprise Full Tilt on the 2 ride, the monster, Marshall Falkowski. All the way from Grand Forks, North Dakota for Ameriprise Full Tilt on the National Age Group number 12 ride, Graham Grambo Burke. Out of Sandy, Minnesota for Crank Lab Racing on the 6 ride, Jaden the Roadrunner Anderson. Coming out of Sandy, Minnesota for FXR Dance Comp on the State 3 ride, Corbin Hertz. Gate comes down. It all comes down to this. These riders battled through 3 rounds in a semi-main event to get here. That's going to be Hertz coming down that first straight, coming out on that top spot. We got a side-by-side battle on that 2 and 3. Frosty blocking away as they go. That's going to be the Warthog sitting on that 2. The Monster and Style Check battling out on that 2 and 3. Simmons moving up into that 5. In and out of the full tilt turn they come. It's all Hertz right now. The Warthog holding on to that 2. The Monster trying to better his score as he brings it on home. It's going to go Hertz, Falkowski, Caulfield, Peterson. Back up to the top of the hill we go. We got the big dogs lock loaded ready out of St. Francis, Minnesota for Factory S squared on the 13 ride. Henry Lenners. Coming out of Stacy, Minnesota for Level Up Racing on the 7 ride. Jordan Bowman. Out of St. Cloud, Minnesota for Level Up Racing on the 2 ride, Earl Stokel. Coming out of St. Francis, Minnesota for National S squared on the 12 ride, the Enigma, Elliot Lenners. Out of New Ulm, Minnesota on the 22 ride, Braden Welkel. Out of Plato, Minnesota for Ameriprise Full Tilt on the National Age Group number 10 ride, Chase Engage Hill. Out of St. Cloud, Minnesota for Ameriprise Full Tilt on the National 62 ride, Lucas Tyson. And last but not least, out of Baltimore, Maryland for Factory Full Tilt on the 320 ride, Johnny Vance. Get your cameras ready and don't blink on this one. It's going to go fast, ripping on down that first straight. Looks like Johnny Vance out to an early lead. Coming in and out of corner number 1. Looks like Tyson sitting on that 2 spot. Level Up Color sitting on that 3. Back down that second straight. That's going to be Stokel on that 3. The Enigma, Elliot Leonard sitting on that 4 spot. Working their way back down that 3rd straight. Chase Engage Hill trying to get up into that top 4 as they round out that last corner. Back down to the stripe. It's going to go Vance, Tyson, Stokel, Leonard, Bowman. Back up to the top of the hill. The senior dogs are ready to go. They still got a little gas left, a little show to give you. Coming out of St. Francis, Minnesota for the BMX Bandits on the 45 ride, Brad Fields. Come on, these guys are old. They're hard of hearing. You got to clap louder than that. Coming out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin for BMXDreambikes.com on the D ride, Brett Olson. Out of Stanchfield, Minnesota for the BMX Bandits on the 97 ride, Chris Pittman. Out of Harrisburg, South Dakota for Bent Rim Racing on the Gold Cup 1, Mike Meyer. Out of Aiken, Minnesota for Bent Rim Racing on the 7 ride, the Deer Slayer, Doug McAllister. Out of Zimmerman, Minnesota for Black Sheep BMX on the 150 ride, Marky Mark Beard. Coming out of Otsego, Minnesota for Bruise Engines LLC on the 13 ride, Mark Bruninger. And out of Farmington, Minnesota for FXR Dance Comp on the National Age Group 14 ride, Tom Swager. Gate comes down, senior dogs on the track, 9 riders down to the fastest 8. They had to run all 3 rounds, see who's got gas left in the tank for this one. Looks like Bruninger out to an early lead. Swagger on that 2 spot right now as they head in and out of corner number 2. Marky Mark sitting on that 3. Meyer sitting on that 4. McAllister battling out with his teammate on that 5 spot as they take a single file. Swagger trying to get under, getting loose, but holding on to it, trying to hold on to that 2 spot. Bruninger going to cross first. Swagger on the 2. Marky Mark and Meyer rounding out your 4. I said it once, I'll say it again. Old men don't bounce. Good save on that one. Need Adrian Phillips in staging. Adrian Phillips, you should be in staging. Quick announcement for our open riders. If you are in an open and you place first, second, or third and you get some cash money open, Alyssa and Kara are at the finish line with your envelope and they want to take your picture. Don't leave without your picture. There, I said it. 6 and under mixed open on the track. We are running under main moto numbers. This is main moto number 10. We got Canoyer, Shives, Rodell, Freetag, Sullivan, Rodell, and Not Stopping Beard. Top 3 riders getting to the podium and getting a nice little payout on our Cash Money Opens Day. That's going to be the 70 riding the 748. Rodell and Canoyer Shives battling out. Freetag sitting on that 3 spot. Canoyer Shives taking over that top spot right now. Rodell dropping back to that 2 spot. Freetag holding on to that 3 as they round out that last corner. Back down that last straight. It's all Canoyer Shives in this one. He's going to cross and get the top of the podium today. Rodell going to get that 2. Freetag rounding out your podium on that 3. 7-8 mixed open on the track. Full rack of riders trying to get a payday in this one. Moto number 11, we got Biggie Chamberlain, McGowan, Orn, Electric, Enzo Moss, Canoyer, Shives, Lakeburg, Queen Bee, Boffman, and Cordell. Coming on down that second straight, that's going to be factory full tilt. Orn on that top spot. Biggie Chamberlain sitting on that 2 spot. McGowan sitting on that 3. Moss sitting on that 4 spot right now, trying to find his way into a payday as they round out that full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's all the ankles of Orn leading the charge back down to the stripe. Orn going to get to the top of the podium. Chamberlain going to get that 2. McGowan rounding out your podium on that 3. 9-10 mixed open on the track. Now we got Berger, Mackey, Reichel, Haps, Wolverton, Ellis, Little Crash, Caulfield, Prendota, and Canoyer Shives working their way on down that second straight. That's the 8 ride. That's going to be Berger, Mackey sitting on that top spot right now. We got the 238 And we got a battle on for that 3 spot. The 238 ride, Ellis sitting on that 2 right now. We got the 150 ride, Heps trying to hold on to that 3 as they round out that last corner, back down that last straight, but it's all Burger Mackey right now. Mackey going to get the top of the podium. The 238 ride, Ellis going to get that 2, and Heps rounding out your podium on that 3. 11-12 mixed open, motor number 13. We got Ray, Dilly Bar, Telge, Zeke, Leighton, Amos, Canoyer, Shive, Zephyr, Carlson, and Martin working their way back down that second straight. That's the 750 ride. Canoyer, Shives battling it out with Dilly Bar on that 2 spot. Dilly Bar going to cut that corner, moving up into that top spot right now. Canoyer Shives holding on to that 2. Miss Ray taking over Moss out of that last corner. They're all over the place in this one. Dilly Bar going to cross first. The 750 ride and the 47. So Canoyer Shives and Miss Ray. Adrian Phillips, raise your hand if you're in the building. You are a novice. We hold the gate for novices. We do not hold the gate for intermediate or experts. Adrian Phillips, if you are still in the building, raise your hand, make some noise. Last call for Adrian Phillips. Adrian Phillips, I don't see no commotion in the stands. Motor number 14 on the track now, 13-14 mixed open. We got Lil JT Tollefson, Clark, Steffens, and Kimmy Evans all. Lil JT leading the charge back down that third straight. Apparently Phillips making the call, so we got 5 riders in this one as they work their way back down that last straight. Lil JT bringing them on back down to the stripe. She's going to get the top of the podium today. The 56 ride, Clark going to get that too. The 791 ride of Phillips, which we need to learn to be on time, rounding out your podium on that 3. 15-16 mixed open on the track. Motor number 15, we got Henry Cuss, Cunningham, and Mellinson working their way in and out of corner number 1. That's going to be Henry sitting on that top spot right now, leading them down that second straight. We got Cuss sitting on that 2 spot. That's the 69 ride. That's Mellinson sitting on that 3. He's looking to get a nice little payday. Might have to buy a new pacifier for the daughter for the Strider races, keeping them on top, having a little bribe. Back down to the stripe they come. Henry going to get the top of the podium. Cuss going to get that 2. Mellinson going to get that 3. Motor number 16 out there now, 7-8 open. This is a 2-4-6 total points race. We got El Papi Ortiz sitting on 2, Simmons sitting on 4, Mellinson sitting on 6 points. Working their way around corner number 2, El Papi Ortiz leading the charge. We got Simmons sitting on that 2 spot. Mellinson sitting on that 3. Ortiz got 2 aces in his pocket. He's looking to finish out his perfect day of laps as they lead him on back down that last straight. Black Widow colors down to the stripe. Ortiz going to get your 1 and your overall 1. Simmons with the overall 2. Mellinson rounding out your podium on the overall 3. 9-10 open on the track. We got the Wildman Vanderheiden, the Warthog Caulfield, Easy Escalona, Mullins, the Smoke, Bleasy, and Swanson. We got a battle of the ages on for that top spot right now. That's the Wildman leading him in and out of corner number 3 back down that last straight. He's got the Warthog right on his back pocket, Escalona, so it's going to go Vanderheiden, Caulfield, Escalona. 11-12 open on the track. This is a 3-3-6 total points race. Simmons and Shannon tied at 3 points apiece, so how they cross is how they're going to get to the podium. Manuel sitting on 6 points. That's the 37 ride. That's going to be Shannon sitting on that top spot right now. Simmons sitting on that 2 spot. Manuel sitting on that 3. In and out of that last corner they come. Simmons trying to take over Shannon as they bring it on back down that last straight. This is going to come right down to the stripe as they go. I'm not calling 1 and 2 on that one, but I can tell you Manuel got 3. We will go down to the finish line for 1 and 2. That was a good race all the way down to the stripe. 15-16 open out there now. I got Bowman, Swanson, Larry Conklin, Papa Smurf, Bratzel. That's going to be Bowman sitting on that top spot for level up. We got Swanson sitting on that 2 spot. Bratzel needs a little coin. Working on that 3 spot right now, battling out with Conklin. It's going to go Bowman with the top of the podium today. Swanson going to get that 2. Conklin beating up on the old guy. Going to get that 3. 15-16 Young Lady Cruiser on the track. This is a 2-4-6 total points race. We got Madzilla Voss sitting on 2 points, leading them in and out of corner number 2. We got Biggie Chamberlain sitting on 4 points on that 2 spot. Little Crash Caulfield with 6 points sitting on that 3. In and out of corner number 3, they come back down that last straight. It's all Madzilla in this one. She's going to get the 1 in the overall 1 today. Chamberlain going to get the overall 2. Caulfield going to get your overall 3.
18 and the 37.
Rolling back to moto number 18, Simmons getting it at the line. So Simmons going to get your overall 1 in moto number 18. Shannon going to get that overall 2. 3640 Young Lady Cruiser on the track. We got Kim Possible Farley, Red Thunder, Bleesey, and Engberg. That's Kim Possible leading them back down that last straight. She's going to finish out her perfect day with the top of the podium today. Engberg going to get the overall 2. Bleesey going to get that overall 3. 9-year-old cruiser on the track. We got Easy Escalona, Style Check Peterson, Mr. Ray, Silent Assassin Cox, Engberg, and Mellinson. Level Up colors sitting on that top spot right now. That's going to be Easy E leading him in and out of the full tilt turn. He's got Style Check Peterson right on his back pocket, almost losing control, but it's going to go Escalona. Cox making the pass down that last straight. Peterson going to get that 3. 11-year-old cruiser out there now, moto number 23. We got T-Train Hoff sitting on 2 points, leading him in and out of corner number 2. We got the Wildman Vanderheiden sitting on 4 points on that 2 spot. Freddie Kazitsa sitting on 6 points on that 3. Single file style back down that last straight. It's all T-Train in this one. He's going to get the 1 in the overall 1. Vanderheiden going to get the overall 2. Kazitsa going to get that overall 3. 1720 cruiser out there now, moto number 24, another 246 total points race. We got Atomic Kennedy sitting on 2 points, Tater Top Olin sitting on 4, Heinrich sitting on 6. Atomic Kennedy leading him in and out of that last corner. He's got 2 aces. He's trying to finish out his perfect day. He's going to get the 1 in the overall 1. Bolin going to get the overall 2. Heinrich bringing it on home, going to get that overall 3. 3640 cruiser on the track. This is a 336 total points race. So how these top 2 crosses, how they're going to get to the podium. You got Olson and Mo. Olson on that top spot right now. Mo sitting on that 2. Big Crash sitting on that 3. Tire to tire, airing it out, showing some style as they bring it on home. It's going to go Olson with your overall 1. Mo with the overall 2. Big Crash bringing it on home. Going to get that overall 3. 51-55 cruiser on the track now, another 246 total points race in moto number 26. We got Zidane sitting on 2 points, Myers sitting on 4, Fields sitting on 6. Zidane for FXR Dan's Comp leading the charge down that 3rd straight. Meyer right on his back tire. Zidane going to bring it on down to the stripe, get the 1 in the overall 1. Meyer going to get the 2 in the overall 2. Fields going to get your overall 3. 56-60 cruiser on the track. We got Olson, Boker, Oberg, and McVicker. That's Boker sitting on that top spot for Factory My Jungle Gym. We got Olson sitting on that 2 spot. Oberg sitting on that 3. Working their way in and out of that last corner. Olson trying to make a run at Boker as they bring it on back down that last straight. Boker trying to air it out like his daughter, but he just doesn't have the style. Olson going to get the 1. Boker going to get the 2. Oberg going to round out your podium on that 3. 5 and under novice on the track. It's our little weebles and wobbles. We got Sullivan, Rodell, Escalona, Reichel, the Alex Mo Show Mo, and Heinrich working their way down that 2nd straight. That's a 154 ride. That's going to be Sullivan sitting on that top spot. We got the 236 of Rodell sitting on that 2. Escalona sitting on that 3 spot. Taking them single file, stretching them out back down that 3rd straight. They weeble, they wobble, they use the whole track, but they won't go down. Rodell making the pass in that last corner, taking over that top spot. They're bumping tires. They're side by side as they bring it on back down to the stripe. Is it going to be Rodell or Sullivan? Rodell getting it at the line. Sullivan going to get that 2. Escalona rounding out your podium on that 3. It don't matter what age they are in the building today. There's some good racing going on at Rum River BMX. 7-year-old novice on the track now, motor number 29. I got Sullivan, Not Stopping Beard, Wolverton, and Griffith. That's a 153 ride. That's going to be Sullivan sitting on that top spot. We got the 133 Griffith sitting on that 2. The 32 ride, that's going to be Not Stopping Beard sitting on that 3 spot. We got a breakaway in this one, but it's a battle for that 2 and 3 as they work their way back around down that last straight. It's all Sullivan right now. Sullivan going to lead him on back down to the stripe. He's going to get the top of the podium today. Still a battle on for that 2 and 3. Griffith and Not Stopping Beard. Griffith holding on to that 2 right now. He's going to get the second spot on that podium. Not Stopping Beard rounding it out on that 3. 9-year-old novice on the track. We got Ellis, Ducklet, Carlson, Mersch, Vadnais, and Conan. That's Ellis on that top spot, leading them in and out of the full tilt turn. They're stretched out around the track. Ducklet sitting on that 2. Carlson sitting on that 3 spot, bringing them on back down to the stripe for Dad, Fly, and Bent Rim. Ellis going to get the top of the podium today. The 89 ride of Ducklet going to get that 2. The 506 of Carlson rounding out your podium on that 3. 11-year-old novice out there. This is a 255 total points race, so the back 2, how they cross is how they're going to get to the podium. We got Carlson and Canoyer Shives tied at 5 points apiece. Prendota sitting on 2 points. It's Carlson sitting on that top spot right now. Prendota sitting on that 2 spot. Canoyer Shives sitting on that 3. So the 505 of Carlson bringing it on home with the 1 in the overall 2. Prendota getting the 2, but the overall 1. And Canoyer Shives is going to get your overall 3. Good luck with that one, ticket holders. 12-year-old novice out there now. We got Carroll, Canoyer Shives, Zakovic, Martin, and Anderson Cadwell. Got a whole lot of names today that are rough. I'm telling you. Back down that last straight they come. We got a side-by-side battle coming down to the stripe. Is it the 750 or the 442? 492 Carroll. Getting that 1. Shives is going to get that 2. I didn't catch 3. 14-year-old novice out there now. This is a 246 total points race. I got Phillips sitting on 2 points on that top spot. The 767 Evans. Kimmy Evans on that 2. She's on 6 points. Steffens on the 3 is sitting on 4 points. Bringing them back down that last straight. Phillips going to cross first with the overall 1. Kimmy Evans crossing second with the overall 3. Steffens crossing third with the overall 2. 26-35 novice on the track. We got Cunningham, Fast Graham, some more, Wolverton, Shives, and Chatty Cathy Lee. That's a Gold Cup 1. That's Cunningham on that top spot. Fast Graham sitting on that 2 spot. The State 8 of Wolverton sitting on that 3. Taking them single file back down that 3rd straight in and out of Santa's corner. Bringing them back at you. Cunningham going to get to the top of the podium today. Fast Graham's bringing it on home. Going to get the 2. The State 8 ride of Wolverton rounding out your podium on that 3. Moto number 35 on the track, 5 and under intermediate. We got Freitag, Engberg, Simmons, and Peterson. That's Freitag battling out with Simmons on those top 2 spots right now. We got the teammates of Engberg and Engberg and Peterson on that 3 and 4. Don't mind me, it's my first time talking today. Freitag working his way on that top spot right now, back down that last straight, battling out with Simmons. They're side by side. I'm not calling 1 and 2, but I can tell you the 24 ride, Engberg going to bring it home on that 3. We got to go to the finish line for 1 and 2 on that one. 6-year-old intermediate out there now, moto number 36. I got Bailey, Rodell, Carnahan, Canoyer Shives, Cunningham, McGowan, and Ducklet. That's a 73 ride. That's Bailey on that top spot. The 70 rider, Rodell, sitting on that 2. Carnahan sitting on that 3 spot as they keep it tight back down that 3rd straight. All places up for grabs as they round out that full tilt turn back down that last straight. They're younger, they're tired, but they still got gas left in the tank. Bailey bringing it on down to the stripe. Bailey going to get the top of the podium. Rodell going to get the 2. Carnahan rounding out your podium on that 3. 7-year-old intermediate out there now. This is a 246 total points race. I got Cordell sitting on 2 points. Queen Bee Boffman sitting on 4. Kelberg sitting on 6. Working their way down that 2nd straight under Frosty's arm. That's going to be the Queen Bee sitting on that top spot right now. We got the 81 ride. Cordell sitting on that 2. The light-up shoes of Miss Kelberg sitting on that 3 spot. Taking them back in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all fusion colors right now. She's going to lead them on back down that last straight to the stripe. She's going to get the 1 in the overall 2. Cordell going to get the 2 in the overall 1. And Kelberg with the light-up shoes going to get your overall 3. 8-year-old intermediate out there. We got all over Ford McGowan, Canoyer Shives, Electric Enzo Moss, and Boomerang Beard. That's McGowan for Bent Rim sitting on that top spot right now, working their way in and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. That was about the most delayed breeze I've ever seen. But it's McGowan down to the stripe, going to get the 1. Canoyer Shives going to get the 2. All over Ford, going to get the 3. 9-year-old intermediate on the track. We got Berger Mackey, Mr. E. Acapina, Ruzinski, Heps, Kelberg, and Wolverton. That's the A-ride. That's going to be Berger Mackey sitting on that top spot right now. We got a side-by-side battle. That's a 496 in the 150. So Mr. E battling it out. We got Revolution Colors trying to get up in the mix as they work their way in and out of that full tilt turn. Heps trying to hold on to that 3 right now. But it's all fusion. Berger Mackey leading him on down to the stripe. He's going to get the 1. Mr. E holding on for the 2, the 150 ride of Heps, rounding out your podium on that 3. 10-year-old intermediate out there, moto number 40. We got the Animal Solberg, the Flash Fusey, and Birkland. This is a 2-4-6 total points race, so Birkland sitting on 2 points, the Flash sitting on 4, the Animal sitting on 6. That's a 280 ride. Birkland leading them in and out of corner number 2. We got the Flash sitting on that 2 spot, the Animal for Revolution sitting on that 3. Working their way in and out of the Santa's corner, back down that last straight. No presence for them, beating Rudolph to the finish line. It's going to be Birkland getting the 1 in the overall 1. Fusey going to get the 2 in the overall 2. Solberg going to get that overall 3. Twelve-year-old intermediate out there, moto number 41. We got the Rocket Baron, Zeke Lightning Moss, Patno, Dilly Bartelke, Oberg, and Zephyr. That's Baron, the Rocket, sitting on that top spot for Prodigy, leading them in and out of that full tilt turn. We got Dingman's up there. That's Patnode on that 2 spot. The Dilly Bar sitting on that 3. Patnode making a run for the top, but he's not going to get there. Baron going to get the 1. Patnode going to get the 2. Tilke going to get that 3. 14-year-old intermediate on the track, moto number 42. I got Clark, Jensen, Vanderbilt, Moss, and freaking Jessen. Working their way back down that second straight. That's a 56 ride. That's going to be Clark for Crank Lab on that top spot. We got the 4 ride. Jensen sitting on that 2. Vanderbilt sitting on that 3. Stretched out, single file, in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's all Crank Lab in this one. Clark going to get the 1 today. Jensen for Bombshell going to get that 2. Vanderbilt going to round out your podium on that 3. 36-40 intermediate on the track. We got Marky Mark Beard, Cachao Simmons, Mellinson, and Austin. Austin going down in round number 2. Hope to see him back soon, but that's going to be the red 95, the Lightning, Cachao Simmons on that top spot. Marky Mark having some shoe issues, some mechanical issues. He still has both crank arms, so he's ahead of most. That's going to be Simmons, Mellinson, and Marky Mark will round out your podium on that 3. Welcome to the Girls Club. 8-year-old young ladies on the track. Moto number 44. We got Orrin, Biggie Chamberlain, Lakeberg, Ducky Farley, Shales, and Casey Ray Mings. Last time I can say it, but Ducky Farley, wish her a happy birthday at the picnic tables. That's factory full tilt colors of Orrin sitting on that top spot. We got Biggie Chamberlain sitting on that 2 spot, the 1 cent. Penny Lakeberg for Prodigy sitting on that 3, rounding out that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all ankles in this one. Orrin going to get the 1 today. Biggie Chamberlain holding on for the 2. The 1 cent Penny Lakeberg rounding out your podium on that 3. 11-year-old young ladies on the track. This is a 246 total points race. We got Ray sitting on 2 points. Reichel sitting on 4. Cordell sitting on 6. That's going to be Miss Ray for Level Up sitting on that top spot right now. We got Reichel sitting on that 2 for Fusion. Cordell for Crank Lab sitting on that 3. Working their way back down that 3rd straight, in and out of the full tilt turn. Bringing them back at you. It's all Miss Ray in this one. She's looking to finish out her perfect day of laps. She's going to get the 1 in the overall 1. Reichel bringing it on home, going to get the 2 in the overall 2. Cordell going to get that overall 3. 13-year-old young ladies on the track. We got little JT Tollefson Garski, the Assassinator Larson Lanigan, and the Beast Voss. That's little JT leading them in and out of that second corner. Garski sitting on that 2 spot. The 15 ride, that's going to be Lanigan on that 3. The pigtails of the Assassinator trying to find her way up into the podium as they round out that last corner. But it's all little JT in this one. She's going to get the 1 today. Garski going to get that 2. Lanigan holding on for that 3. 15, 16 young ladies on the track. We got Kata, Kendall, Elin, Nealon, Henry, Smiley, Stokel, the Dozer, Brosson, and Wolf. That's Kata, Kendall sitting on that top spot. We got Nealon sitting on that 2. Smiley, Stokel sitting on that 3 spot. Henry trying to find her way up into the podium. They're tight going in and out of that last corner, tire to tire, back down that last straight. Still anyone's guess how it's going to go down, but it's all Kata, Kendall right now. It's going to go Elin, Nealon, Stokel. Trip over those names all the time. 17, 20 young ladies on the track. We got Shiner, Bolin, Leach, Cuss, Kim Possible, Farley, and Engberg. Working their way in and out of that first corner. It's a battle on for that top spot, but that's going to be Shiner, Bolin leading them in and out of corner number 2. We got Leach sitting on that 2 spot. Cuss sitting on that 3. Kim Possible trying to find her way up into a podium spot as they round out that last corner. Back down that last straight. It's all Black Widow in this one. Shiner Bolin going to lead them on down to the stripe for the 1. Leach going to get the 2. Cuss going to round out your podium on that 3. 7-year-old expert on the track now. We got Simmons, Peterson, Mellinson, and the Cowboy Smith. Qualifying race in action in this one, so what you see is what you get. That's Gold Cup 1. That's going to be Simmons sitting on that top spot. We got the 24 ride. Mellinson sitting on that 2 spot. The Cowboy Smith sitting on that 3, working their way in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. Peterson trying to get up into a podium, but it's going to be Simmons with the 1 today. Mellinson going to get that 2. That 3rd spot still up for grabs down to the stripe. Peterson going to get it at the line. 8-year-old expert out there, 246 total points race. Moto number 50 on the track. We got El Papi Ortiz sitting on 2 points. Nonobu Elvin sitting on 4. Nelson sitting on 6. Ortiz with 2 aces in his pocket, leading him in and out of that full tilt turn. Elvin sitting on that 2 spot right now. Nelson on that 3. Ortiz going to get the 1 in the overall 1. Elvin with the overall 2. Nelson with the overall 3. 9-year-old expert out there now. Whole lot of riders down to the fastest 8. Style Check, Peterson, Silent Assassin, Cox, Bowell, Callahan, Easy Escalona, Mr. Ray Ray, Mullins, Engberg, and Slingshot Stopka. That's going to be Style Check sitting on that top spot right now. In and out of corner number 3. Back down. We got the Silent Assassin sitting on that 2 spot. Easy E trying to get up in there. It's going to go Peterson, Cox, Escalona. 10-year-old expert on the track now. Moto number 52. We got the Wildman Vanderheiden, the Warthog Caulfield, the Savage Brudsman, and Freddie Kazitza. It's the nickname moto on the track as they work their way down that second straight. That's the Nag 18 ride sitting on that top spot. That's the Wildman. We got the Warthog sitting on that 2 spot. The Savage sitting on that 3. It's our Nag 18, Nag 19 moto ripping down that last straight right now. It's all the Wildman for Ameriprise Full Tilt. He's going to get the 1 today. Caulfield going to get the 2. Brutzman rounding out your podium on that 3. 11-year-old expert on the track, moto number 53. We got T-Train, Hoff, Grambo, Burke, Simmons, Albers, and Bell Richard. That's the 3 ride. That's going to be T-Train sitting on that top spot right now. The Nag 12, Grambo, Burke sitting on that 2 spot. Simmons sitting on that 3. Working their way down. Bell Richard sitting on that 4 spot, trying to find his way into the podium as they round out that last corner, bringing it on back down that last straight. It's going to go T-Train, Burke, Simmons. 12-year-old expert on the track now, moto number 54. I got Hertz, the Monster, Marshall, Falkowski, Roadrunner, Anderson, Shannon, Manuel, and the Menace, Schroyer. Side-by-side action coming in and out of corner number 2. Hertz sitting on that top spot. We got the Monster sitting on that 2 spot. Roadrunner, Anderson sitting on that 3. In and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. It's all Hertz right now. Hertz going to get the 1 today. The Monster going to get that 2. Roadrunner rounding out your podium on that 3. 13-year-old expert on the track. We got Tyson Swanson, the Demon Larson, Bucky Bushy, and Little Red McCauley, and Manuel. Working in and out of that first corner down that second straight. That's going to be Tyson sitting on that top spot. Swanson sitting on that 2. Larson sitting on that 3. Little Red trying to better her spot. She's working up to a podium. She's on that 4. in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all Tyson right now. Back down to the stripe. Tyson going to get the one today. Swanson with the 2. Larson rounding out your podium on that 3. 14-year-old expert on the track. We got Taylor Locken and Lenners, Larry Conklin and Shellbach working their way in and out of corner number 1. See if they can keep it rubber side down on this one. In and out. That's going to be Taylor on that top spot. Locken and sitting on that 2 spot. Lenners sitting on that 3. Clean racing so far as they round out that full tilt turn. It's all Taylor right now. Taylor going to lead him on down the stripe. Lockenen trying to make a run at it. Lockenen going to get by, get the 1. Taylor going to get the 2. Lenners rounding out your podium on that 3. 15-year-old expert out there now. This is a 2.55 total points race. I got Tyson sitting on 2 points. Bowman and Cam Nato Ford tied at 5 points apiece. That's going to be the 80 ride. That's Cam Nato Ford sitting on that top spot right now. Apparently Tyson wants me to do a whole lot of math in the main event, which I'm not looking forward to. Oh, gotcha. That's going to be Bowman on that 2 spot. So Ford crossing first. Bowman crossing second. Tyson crossing third. So Tyson going to get the overall 1. Ford going to get the overall 2. Bowman going to get the overall 3. It's too late in the day for math. 16-year-old expert out there now, model number 58. I got Stokel, Miller, and Conklin. Stokel with 2 points, 2 aces, leading him down that last straight. Stokel going to get to top of the podium today. Conklin going to get the overall 2. Miller rounding out your podium on that overall 3. 1720X out there now, model number 59. We got Welkel, Chasing Gage, Hill, Boker, Aloha, Dronick, the Enigma, Elliott, Lenners, Bowman, and Rakuski working their way down that second straight. That is the Nag 10. That's going to be Chasing Gage Hill on that top spot. We got Lenners sitting on that 2. Boker sitting on that 3. Welkel trying to find his way up into the podium as they round out that last corner, keeping them tire to tire down that last straight. Is it Hill or Lenners? It's going to be Hill, Lenners, Boker. All the way down to the stripe, stretching them out. 21-25 expert on the track, moto number 60 on your main moto numbers. We got Vance sitting on 2 points, the Atomic Kennedy sitting on 4, Nelson sitting on 6. Vance with 2 aces in his pocket, leading him in and out of corner number 2. Atomic Kennedy sitting on that 2 spot. Nelson sitting on that 3, in and out of that Santa's corner, back down that last straight. It's all Johnny Vance in this one. He's going to get the 1 in the overall 1. The Atomic Kennedy going to get the overall 2. Nelson going to get your overall 3. 3640 expert on the track. We got Olsen, Bruninger, Papa Smurf, Brotzel, Smith, and Wright working their way down that second straight. That's the 953 ride and the 13 battling out. Olsen and Bruninger, this has been a good battle all day. We got Brotzel sitting on that 3 spot, working their way in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's going to run down to the stripe, but it's going to be Olsen with the 1, Bruninger with the 2, Brotzel rounding out your podium on that 3. Last rack of a Fire and Ice Saturday on the track, 51-55 expert. We got Swagger, McAllister, Pittman, the Eau Claire Nightmare, Miller, and McVicker. That's the Nag 14. That's going to be Swagger sitting on that top spot. We got the 97 ride of Pittman sitting on that 2. McAllister sitting on that 3, rounding out that last corner, single file style, back down that last straight. It's all Swagger in this one. Swagger going to get to the top of the podium. Pittman going to get your 2. The 7 ride of McAllister rounding out your podium on that 3. That's going to do it for a Fire and Ice Saturday race day. Money opens are all cashed in. Hopefully you got a little piece of the pie. Don't forget, boxer relay racing tomorrow for our 12 days of Christmas. Get your team sheets turned in. Clean up your mess and have a good day.